to start the whole video over.
Hi, that was weird.
Whoa.
You're probably not even in the chat room. If you were, sorry about that. I hit the stop stream button instead of the transition button. But hey, you know what? We're here.
Happens to the best of us.
And we're excited to have you here for a Campaign 3 session. This coming Thursday at 7 p.m. Central, we have the next Strahd session. And so we have new characters. A TPK happened. I guess technically 1.5 characters have returned. I don't know if you recall Oz, my character, but he's. Yeah, it's post TPK 10 years later in Strahd. So come check that out. That's definitely really interesting. Kelsey's guest starring currently. So come check that out at 7 p.m. Central this Thursday, and then a week from today. We're back here, 12 p.m. Central, for session 30 of Campaign 3. Look at us go. If this campaign were to follow the path of the other campaigns, we'd be over halfway done. But I don't think we are.
Are we going to reach 100?
Feel like it.
We're going to reach level 39,000.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to take a while. Anyway, but before we can get to session 30, we have to do session 29, which is today. So let's start with a recap of last week's session. In our last session, the concerned citizens trekked through the icy and snowy mountains of the Wandering Peaks in search of the mouth of Vaymar, the headquarters of the Sect of the Abyss. Upon arriving, our party discovered Jay Heartstone's brother dead and posted outside of the cave entrance as a message. Upon further inspection, however, it was discovered that the sect had apparently come under attack by a group of dark elves that called the tunnels underneath the Wandering Peaks home. Making their way throughout the headquarters of the sect, the concerned citizens came across a large vault door that led to a lead-lined room that held Oliver's mother. In this room was Arameus Drake, the leader of the sect, along with his 2 remaining Mind Flayer allies. The party fought a harrowing battle against the remaining Sect of the Abyss members, and were eventually triumphant. After the battle was over, the clock started ticking. Kavar the Beholder was approaching, and Oliver was determined to save his mother, who was trapped in an ancient arcanic device. With the help of almost literally everyone, Oliver and the party were able to free Elaine Burroughs from the clutches of the sect. But right as Oliver was beginning to activate his teleportation device, Kavar appeared. His pupilless yellow eyes peered into the party's souls and started shooting off eye rays left and right, trying to stop the party from leaving. The party acted quickly, gathering everyone into the parameter of Oliver's device. Once everyone was within range, Oliver activated the device. And that is where we left off. But what happened? Well, I'll tell you. In that moment that Oliver presses the glowing stone, nothing happens. No flash of arcane light, no feeling of gravity pulling you into the device. Oliver's eyes go wide. Kavar releases an evil, gargled chuckle. His large, once pupilless yellow eye now had a small pinprick of darkness in the center that was staring directly at the party. His anti-magic gaze had neutralized the device's power. A beat of terror and panic thrummed through the heart of each of the party members. But the one who acted the quickest was Jay Heartstone. Aeliana is grabbed by Jay as Jay shoves papers into Aeliana's hands. Jay turns to her and says with a reserved smile, "We do anything for family, right?" With a flash of movement, Jay sprints out of the circle with her greatsword. She slides underneath Kavar, dragging her blade along his flesh as she circles behind him. He roars in pain and turns his massive eye towards her. From the other side of this ancient abyssal creature, Jay stands and shouts, "Oliver, now!" Oliver stops for a moment. Can he do this? Can he leave her? He briefly looks to his mother, weary and weak. He returns to Jay. For a moment, she takes her eyes off of Kavar and meets Oliver's gaze. She nods, stoically. Again, a slight reserved smile as she does. Almost a look of relief. Oliver activates the device, knowing that this might be their only chance. The world wraps around the party. A high-pitched ringing noise can be heard as your vision is blinded by a flash of white light. And then darkness. Your feet are on solid ground. You feel the warmth of the sun on your face. You hear birds singing their song. You open your eyes and you are greeted by the sight of a lush green courtyard with flowers of many colors. You are home. You are in the backyard of the home given to you by King Reinald. You are in Savonia. You've made it. In this moment, as you are coming to and realizing where you are and what has just happened, you hear a startled voice. "Oh, God!" And you look over and you see a man standing there. He has a long, crooked nose, short gray hair kind of pushed back, a protruding chin, chiseled jawline, and he's wearing somewhat nice, what you would recognize to be a butler's uniform. Dark blue. And he's standing there. My God! Oh! My God! Whew! You are, the concerned citizens. I didn't expect your arrival so soon. Whew. That's scary. Do you do that often?
Who are you?
What are you doing at our
My
house?
hand is on my rapier.
Oh,
Yeah.
my sincere apologies. My name is Reginald Cantor. I am a part of the staff that has been assigned to you by the king. We've been maintaining your home and making sure that everything is at tip-top shape while you've been gone.
Do you have proof for that?
Oh, of course, yes. He brings out...
Did you go into my room?
Only to dust.
If you touched any of my papers.
We touched none of them, young Master
Okay.
Farrow. And he... and he pulls out from his sleeve a wrapped piece of parchment with the king's seal on it and hands it over to you. And you open it up, and you basically see a brief missive written by King Reinald of him saying that he is, ever so thankful for what you're able to do. He thought that you were leaving Art behind and didn't know what your plan was for him, and so he sent over the staff not only for the house but to help maintain the garden and to help Art if need be.
As her eyes are going wider, we left the job.
Yes, but it also lists two other. You see the name Reginald Cantor as head butler. You see the name Sun Cho as head chef, and you see the name Knox Pryor as head of security.
Ow. Riding this around before.
Of course.
Yeah. What was the name of the cook?
Sun Cho.
Sancho.
Will you repeat the last one as well?
Knox Pryor.
What about Nox Former?
Nice. You see Reginald put out a cigarette that he had in his hands,
Oh.
and kind of
This is
like
outside.
stomping it to the ground. And he says, very sorry that I was not more prepared. We didn't expect you for a number of days. Is there anything that I can do for you? I'll prepare the main room. Please. And he goes inside.
Damn.
I think Oliver is just sobbing with his mom right now.
Of course, yeah, of course. She's very tired. Mechanically, just so you know, she has 4 levels of exhaustion.
Okay.
Which is all the way up to half of her max hit points. She's at half of her max HP.
Sleeping.
But she has your head in her hands, and she looks at you, and she's just saying over and over again, Oliver, is that really you?
I'm so sorry that he's just repeating that over.
Why are you sorry? Why?
It's my fault. I'm so sorry.
No. She just hugs you and squeezes you, and the two of you are just embracing and experiencing this moment. Aeliana, as you finish this letter, what do you do?
I'm panicking about the dog, but he's busy, so I have these other papers. They've mentioned papers, and that made me think of what Jay handed me, so I'd like to read them.
You see, first of all, you see unsealed, unfolded is a letter addressed to the concerned citizens. I will show that to you now, and also read it for the stream. Concerned citizens, tomorrow we arrive at the mouth, and if this gets to you, I'm gone, dead, or have left this for you as I left. Either way, I'm hopefully with Peter now. I don't think I'll ever be able to say or do anything to make up for what I've done. I hope with all my soul that you all made it out with Oliver's mother. You're all good people, some of the best I've ever known, and the world is better with you all in it. I hope to see you all again, this life or the next. If this life, I would understand if you turn me away and don't wish to see me again. But I hope by then to be the person deserving of your acceptance and respect and trust. To be more like you all, and like Peter. Someone worth fighting for and with. A good and caring person. Thank you for being concerned citizens. And then the other paper is a sealed envelope addressed to Rowina.
Ooh.
I will hand that to Rowina
Okay?
from Jay, I think.
I think I will not read it quite yet, but I think maybe we ask the staff to just take the rest of the day.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I'll go in the other room and just very politely and respectfully thank anybody who's here
Come
and
back
ask.
tomorrow, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you walk inside, and inside, in the kitchen, you see a woman. This is who you see. She currently is getting a kettle with some tea, and working at the kitchen. At the kitchen table, you see a large figure sat, almost comically, too big for his chair. You see a large, not half-orc, straight-up orc in leather armor, with kind of a short red goatee, a red mohawk, and he's kind of sitting at the table. And as you walk in, he stands up at attention, and he goes, Mistress Bishop, at your service.
Oh, no need. Actually, we would like to thank you all very much for taking care of the house while we were gone. I think the best way you can be of service today is to take the rest of the day off and give us a little time to regroup.
All of the staff kind of pause for a moment and look at each other, and you see that both Sun and Nox, or both Reginald and Nox, look over at Sun, and she kind of nods and puts the kettle down. And she takes the apron and kind of folds it up and washes it and like wipes her hands. And she puts her hands in front of her and just kind of bows and looks at Reginald and Knox and kind of gestures. And everybody begins to leave.
Can I, before they, on their way out, give them a gold each?
You do so, and they stop you. Reginald stops you and says, "We are paid for by the king. Please, there is no need. We receive a good income. Should we plan on being back at sunrise tomorrow? As is our normal schedule."
I think yes.
Okay. We hope that you enjoy your return. If we are needed in any way, you can... and he points up. He says, "There is a small cage with a trio of doves. And they are trained to retrieve us if need be."
All right. Thank you very much.
Of course. You all have a lovely evening. And the other two have already left, and Reginald walks out.
I would take a moment in this kitchen by myself and read this letter before I walk back in.
Okay. I am going to... Do you mind if I just read it for the stream?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
So I'll show it to everybody.
I probably would show it to everybody eventually, but
unless it's scandalous.
Don't know knowledge you don't know. This is what it says. You open it up and it says, "Rowina, I had no right to act how I did, knowing what I was doing to you and the group. I hope you haven't already torn up this letter and give me the chance to explain, even though this probably is just me making excuses. I don't have any friends. I'm not good at making friends. I have, or maybe had, my brother, and his friends that I was social with sometimes, and that was it. You and your group were so accepting and understanding. It was easy to be friends, and easy to see how much you all cared for each other. And then, somehow, me. I chose to forget why I was there, and let myself enjoy being part of a group that was like family. And suddenly I started having feelings for a beautiful, unique, kind, and amazing woman. Feelings I never should have expressed. I'm sorry. If we could have met in different circumstances... Anyway. Whoever this other person is that you needed to message, I hope they realize how lucky they are." And that is the end of the letter.
Whoa!
Cool. Would fold that up real quick, put it in my pocket, go back in like nothing happened.
Okay. You go back out to the courtyard. Meanwhile, Danny, Emory, while Oliver is embracing his mother, and Aeliana is kind of reading the letters and kind of reeling from what Art's doing, and when does she interrupt Oliver and his mom to tell him about Art.
I would also, really quickly, I would say that I probably still have some of Oliver's mom's tea from when we were at their house.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
So I'd like to go in and...
Okay, yeah, so you go in and, you catch Rowina as she's, finishing the letter and,
I'm,
it up. You don't notice it, but you...
Nope.
Yeah, I would say if Rowina sees you coming in, she just stays in the kitchen with you, probably. But Danny, Emory, what are you guys doing while all this is happening?
Can you remind me where in the city the house is located?
Yes, it is in, let me show you.
Oh.
So, here's the map of Savernia.
Princess of Savonia.
Your house is within this enclosed district, the Royal District.
Gated community.
I would say it's probably over
Those
here.
people.
Cool. That's kind of where I was thinking.
Yeah.
Between H and E.
Yes, between H and E.
H&M.
Between the Hall of Guilds and the Golden Lion Inn. Yeah.
Just look at Emory. Hey, I have... Guess I'm staying here. Probably should grab my stuff from when I wasn't staying here.
Yeah, we
I'll be back.
we kept a room for you. So we didn't put any decorations or anything in it. Because that we didn't want to assume that.
Just a
but then
single
we
blue
didn't wanna...
blanket.
Yeah, I put
one of those fighting dummies.
A cloud
those.
painting.
a little cloud blanket like I used to have. Yeah. I'll hold down the fort, I guess. And I look around for Rowina, and then I look and I'm like, oh, I guess I'm the adult of the group. The adultiest adult. So yeah.
Okay,
go.
so Danny, I don't know, probably hops the fence or something. Doesn't take a normal entrance and no. So Danny,
You see him hop 6 fences on the way.
Oh yeah, on the rooftops.
So it's just unnecessary amount of flips. It's just walk through the front door.
Right?
Emory watches.
Just just constant backflips out of the bedroom.
All right, no. Danny heads out. Emory, do you go inside or do you stay out with Oliver and his mom crying?
Oliver does take his mom inside too. I think just put her to bed. Probably
okay, yeah. So pretty much immediately, Oliver goes inside, takes her to bed. As you put her, you don't really have another guest room, so do you
I put her in mine.
I figured. So you put her down in your guys' room.
I take off all those fucking pillows.
She's gonna love them. Okay.
She is. When she lays down in the comfort of that bed, she breaks down and begins to sob, and kind of. She doesn't pass out. It's not a dangerous thing, but she's immediately she's gone. She sobs and then just kind of it is almost like a passing out.
Passing out, yeah.
I mean, she just kind of faints and fades. And she's okay, but she needs rest.
I think I'll give her a kiss on the forehead and just whisper "I've got you," and then kind of take a moment, look at her, and then exit.
Of course, I think it's that moment when you've had a long day of driving. Where you are home and seated or at home and in bed and you're man, it feels like I literally 2 seconds ago was 300 miles away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's ever happened.
Except now, literally 2 seconds ago.
Literally, yeah. And so it's it is that feeling of just how much has changed in the past 10 minutes of my life. 10 minutes ago, you hadn't even walked in that vault door and seen that your mom was there. Yeah. I mean, it
does go fast.
Yeah, it's really crazy, and I think that kind of hits you for a moment, and you are such on get it done, protect her, get it done mode, that you almost that that catch breath that you do when right before you sob, that you know what I mean? I think that you have kind of one of those inhales of just oh God, as it hits you. But then you're able to kind of collect yourself, give your mom some rest, and you head down. And I would say, other than Danny, who is heading out right now, the four of you kind of convene just subconsciously where everybody else is, just in the kitchen area as Aeliana's making tea. And maybe there's a moment where you're all kind of standing there, and then there's just you're all in silence. For just a moment, as I said with Oliver, you're reeling from all of this happening, and we cut to Danny. Unless there's not anything that you're doing other than genuinely just going to get yourself.
I mean, that's pretty much it. I can kind of
yeah. Well then, let me ask you, as you're running to go get your stuff, which I know where it is. I don't know if you want to say where it is, but you can choose that or not.
I can give a description as to where. Yeah. So as you're giving this description, also please describe to us just where Danny's head's at. A lot has changed for him in the past few days, based on the last 6 months. So yeah, just kind of give us a description of not only what you're doing, but where your head is at mentally. Yeah. So Danny is going to the far north of the city. Pretty much if you were going towards the the stadium, and you just kind of went more center north. That's pretty much where he's been chilling the last few months. A few blocks away from where he needs to go, you can see that there's like, it's like in a small kind of like market area, and he kind of just dips off into an alleyway, hops up into a box that's like up again, like in an alleyway somewhere, uses that to get up onto a smaller roof, and then just over the next couple blocks is like gradually climbing the different rooftops, weaving in and out, gradually increasing in height, and then leading to a older clock tower, where he just leaps over the distance of an alleyway into this like rooftop opening. And that's where he's been living the past few months, is in sort of this interior of a clock tower. It's a pretty sparse space. Like, it's not decorated super much, if at all. It's mostly pretty bare bones, just kind of a lot of papers and some items maybe that he's collected over the past few months. But I think he grabs the necessary stuff, any sort of sensitive information that he has been collecting. And then in terms of where his head is at, I think he feels a little bit awkward going back to the house, almost like he feels a little bit like staying the night at like a friend of a friend's.
Yeah.
Place where it's like, yeah, I kind of know them, but it feels weird staying over there just because of he's never actually stayed in the house before, because he was only really there to get ready for the Festival of New Beginnings thing. So just feeling a little awkward about that, but knowing that everyone else had a way more intense past few hours, so we've just given them space.
Yeah. As you gather up everything, you grab one piece of memorabilia or something that is kind of your trophy for the menagerie, and you grab one piece that is kind of your memorabilia or your trophy for the Silent Syndicate. And what are those two pieces?
The one for the Silent Syndicate would be the note that I found on that person's body that I totally remember the name of. It's somewhere in my notes, buried somewhere. There was like a bloody letter that I found that you said.
Yeah, Tungsten was the man's name.
Tungsten, there we go. Get that, and then the menagerie stuff is probably like, I think it's like a broken half mask that's like a embellished like animalish shape thing, like a masquerade mask that's in the shape of like an eagle's face or something.
Cool.
And then probably like just like a smattering of like random art, like small, not very powerful, like arcade stuff that I grabbed from them and collected. That's probably it.
Okay, perfect. Love it. Gather those things. Don't rush, as you said, to kind of give some time for the others, but then you eventually start to head back, right?
Yep.
Perfect. In the meantime, as this moment of silence kind of passes over you all in the kitchen, what do you do?
Are you guys okay if I go up to my room for a second?
Oh, yeah, do whatever you need.
You don't need
Cool. I'll be right back. If you need anything, let me know. And I look like directly at Oliver because I don't know how to help people with sad.
Of course,
I guess.
With sad, help people with sad.
Sure.
Do you need help? Are you okay? Is everything okay?
No. Do you need help?
No, everything's good.
I just have to make sure that Butler didn't touch my papers.
Oh
and then
yeah, go.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah.
And then I get up to my little attic bedroom and
Emory.
Oh.
Nothing is missing, but he did touch them,
No,
and they are
he
all put in a neat stack.
No.
No.
Yeah. He put
I
the
had
Never find
them set up
anything.
for the story. They were set up for the story, and I was trying to decide, does this scene come, like, even though chronologically this one came first, like makes more sense. Can I roll a Constitution saving throw?
Of course you can.
Okay.
Fucking vomit everyone.
Oh, it was okay. So I don't cry. But I do get up there, I see that, and I'm like, fuck. And Emory kind of sits on their bed very like they might cry. Like it's like that catch in your throat of like it's like tight and you feel a little bit like lightheaded. And like is really grappling with the fact that whatever he just saw in the whole scheme of this trip, like from the time they left to now that they're back with Jay specifically, is kind of fucking him up. Because Jay was supposed to be a bad guy by all intents and purposes. And in the stories, Jay would have been a bad guy. And now there's like this thing happening in Emory's head where like Jay is a bad guy, but not the bad guy. And like, I think all of the papers that are stacked up neatly, I think Emory takes them all and puts them in the fireplace and has to start over because he doesn't really know what the story is now.
Okay. All right.
Can I? Zach, will you please let me set this up for you. Let me sell this.
Let me sell this.
Emory's my twin. I was already a little bit worried about him like running upstairs and the like franticness. Would I have any like kind of twin sense of like Emory's kind of having a panic moment? I should go check on him.
Are you trying to get there in time to save the papers?
Not necessarily.
Oh, well then yeah, I'll say sure. Emory, you are staring at your burning papers in the fire. And you hear a knock at your door.
Can I come in?
What?
Oh. I just wanted to come check on you. Maybe.
I'm fine. He did touch the papers. He put them in a stack.
God.
It doesn't even matter.
Didn't you have them like laid out? You would go in.
Yes, thank you.
I'm sorry. I can help you. I can help you get them back in order.
No, it doesn't matter. It's
can I just come in? Because I'm not really okay.
Oh, yeah. Come in. I don't have.
No, I'm fine. Jay left this letter with Aeliana, and it's kind of fucking me up.
Like a letter for you?
Yeah, here. I'll just give it to you.
Oh, shit. This doesn't help Emory's.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I think at this point there would be like not crying, but like as he's reading it, it's like almost mad tears, like very confusing. Well, fuck.
Right, because like fuck her, but also like I feel very sad that she might be dead. How the fuck does that work?
You can have so many things happening inside at once.
Right?
At one time.
It's a lot.
Fuck her.
Right?
She knows where we live though, so she could make her way back here if she survived.
And you know what's really fucked up? I would probably be glad to see her.
Yeah. Yeah, like there was some stuff going on. She doesn't have friends.
I mean,
but like she was with you can't just like not have friends, right? Like people like, even if you're not like best friends, you still have people.
I mean, I didn't have any friends for a long time.
Well, you had Linda.
She's my mom.
Moms can't be friends.
Okay, I had Linda.
Right? Okay. Oh, so they can be friends.
Sure, I had Linda. But it seems like Jay had her brother, but that's not the same as having friends.
Do you think that you still need to write that letter to Ellie?
Oh, I mean, I think I need to have a conversation with her regardless. There should be some clarity. Maybe there's less of a hurry now, but I still should. Do you still feel like you need to send your letter?
I mean, I should.
We both should, right?
I should probably go to Danrek.
I think we need to see what's next, but
I feel nauseous.
me too.
Do you feel nauseous because I feel nauseous? Or do I feel nauseous because you feel nauseous, do you think?
Both. And like we need to go downstairs and be like supportive and not.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That's honestly why I came up here. I needed to not do that by myself.
We can do it. We can do it. We
All right.
are...
Where are your papers?
What papers?
The ones that were in the... Emory, what did you do?
I burn them. I have to start over. Nothing about that story makes sense anymore. There was a whole part where there was an Air Genasi villain. But it's not... he's not the villain anymore. It's all complex. It's all can be all things.
I think it can be difficult to write about something as it's happening. So maybe now is a great opportunity to go back and reflect. Do you remember when you said traveling is fun, traveling is easy, and that was very simple? I think you were writing that story as though life is simple and it's not. Traveling is easy and fun sometimes. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes people are bad, sometimes people are good, sometimes they're all of it. I think you could write a really, really good story now.
Yeah. Okay.
Downstairs?
And I'll like grab her hand, squeeze it. We are supportive.
Absolutely. It's not about us.
Let's go. And I'll go down with her.
All right. As you two have been upstairs, once Rowina followed Emory off, and Oliver and Aeliana, you were left downstairs. What do you do?
The moment they left, she's gonna go pull him into a hug.
He probably cries just out of just everything.
Yep.
Oh, fuck. Xander.
Oh, yeah.
Xander probably would have just, like, been very observant and respectful. And after Emory and Rowina went upstairs, he would have asked if he could bathe.
Yes, absolutely. I would direct him to whatever bathroom is an option.
There's some really good soaps in there.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And he goes and takes care of that. He leaves. You embrace Oliver. Oliver begins crying.
Yes. You did it. We did it.
We did it.
We did it.
I couldn't have done it without you and all the other citizens.
We all did. Is she all right?
Yeah, she'll be fine. She's just resting. Yeah, she'll be okay.
Okay.
What a day.
How do you feel?
I feel good. She's home. Well, our home. Yeah, she's back. I feel great.
We should tell your dad.
Yeah, no, for sure. I can't do that until tomorrow, but yeah, I will tell him first thing in the morning.
Okay. And we'll, also, I have bad news. And I
What?
can't, I was gonna try and wait, but I can't wait.
What
We
bad news?
left Arthur, right?
Oh my god.
And all the horses. So you can't send any messages today?
We're the worst. No, I can't. We're the worst dog parents ever.
I don't think I can ever. I
He's-
feel terrible.
He's gonna be fine.
Really bad. I just can't believe I did that. I can't believe I left him behind.
You had no choice.
We always have a choice, all of us.
Okay.
I know.
He'll
We
make
have
his
to
way
figure-
home. He's with Anvil and he's with
But
Frida.
we should. You can send a message to an animal, can you not?
I've never tried, but I
Okay, well, we
believe
should
that
try.
I'll do it in the morning. Probably
Okay.
after I message my dad, if
We
that's
need to-
okay.
Yeah, no, definitely yes. But we need to pick which animal is most smart. Like, which is the smartest to message. Who will be able to be the leader of the group and get them home? Okay.
Well, Anvil.
Okay.
But
Yes.
is Art gonna listen to Anvil and go with him? Without us?
I don't know.
Hmm.
That's a good point.
It's
They
gonna be
can
alright.
talk to each other, right? Just
I
tell,
have no
just
idea.
tell Anvil to tell him that we said we're going. He won't think anything of it. He'll
that's
believe
probably
him.
true. Yeah. No, they're gonna be okay. Horses are great at making their way, back home. That's what they're meant to do.
Okay.
He'll be alright. Art's a good boy. He'll make it back.
I miss him.
Sad.
It's so dumb.
It's not dumb.
What do we do
When they
now?
get- I have no idea.
Like,
I'm
what do we
exhausted.
do? That was it, right?
Yeah, I don't know where
Do we
we
have
go.
to go back and kill the beholder because we didn't?
I think eventually. Well, unless Jay took care of it.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not
but-
doubting her ability. I'm just doubting that one person with the beholder is going to
Right.
be difficult.
Right.
I would definitely say, just out of character, but in character, you would definitely think a logical next step would be telling the king, like talking.
Well,
to
yeah,
him.
I know
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I mean, like.
But after that, yeah,
Bigger
yeah.
once,
steps, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what do we do though?
I don't know. Oh, I know. Well, there's Hilnam.
Oh. Yes. Yes.
I mean, we saved my mom. I think it's only fair. We'd do the same for you.
And he's tied up in all of this.
Yeah, he
So
is.
even if the main thread is gone, he's still acting in the same interests.
And your dad is working with. I can't remember his name right now.
Well, they're all in wherever Rowina's mother is, right? They're
So maybe
all-
we go to Pakra.
Yeah, the wall, hill,
Cliff.
cliff,
Forced on the cliff.
cliff,
Forest on the
wall, what, woods, something. Yeah. Maybe that first.
We should talk to everybody.
Right.
Oh, look at that! Rowina and Emory head downstairs.
Oh, hi!
We're supportive.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Who
You-
is
you are?
your mother? And wait, where is Danny?
Oh,
Where's
he
Daddy?
went to go get
Oh,
his
would
stuff.
you look at that? Danny walks through the front door.
Hey!
Oh,
Daddy!
What's he got in his mouth?
I'm like, just like carrying, like, I have like
Oh.
a bag and like pencils and like, alright, okay.
Here, let
I'll
me
help.
I'll take- I'll
Yeah.
take it.
Yep.
Up to his room. Dun, 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 dun.
Chuck it in there and then everyone come back.
Xander,
Tea.
Xander comes out of the his
Come on out, dude.
He's-
Join the party.
and you see a much different Xander than what you last saw. You see a Xander who has cut his hair. He has sheared his hair almost. He has like very short on the sides, a little bit longer on top hair now. He's trimmed his beard quite a bit. Got rid of a lot of the manginess of him. And is looking a lot healthier as he walks into the room. And he just says, "I feel amazing. Thank you so much."
You smell much better.
Thank you. These soaps were great. You were right.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna... Oh, I'm guessing your mom is in your...
She's asleep. Yeah, she's...
Good.
Cool.
But
I think that's a great idea. You just make sure that... I mean, she's sleeping in your bed, and she probably needs a shower by, like, a lot of...
She's been through a lot, I think, the shower.
No, I know. I'm just saying you're gonna have to probably replace her sheets.
We have. I'm sure we have.
I'm not worried about it.
Yes.
That's a good point.
I'm just thinking of the...
I told the
Thank
staff
you.
to be back at tomorrow.
They'll
They
help
said
us
that they
out.
get
Yeah,
here
the
at sunrise.
staff. How do you feel about having a staff?
It's really weird.
I
Well,
don't
it's
like
not
it.
that weird. I've had it before, but not recently.
It's extremely weird to me.
That's not
They get
so...
here at
Yeah.
sunrise so early. Why? We weren't even here.
Well, they get a lot of things done before you're awake.
You do
That's
see
the
that your
point.
house is like in amazing shape. Everything like it actually took you a second to like when you came inside, like your like everything was organized in the kitchen and put together very well. You also have like newer stuff that Sun seems to have brought herself.
The flavor on the pants that we've been working on.
You see that like just basically everything is in like very like tip top shape and very nice.
I kind of
Nice.
forgot that Rowina was on staff at the Avarna house.
Yeah.
So has been on that side of things.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It is nice. It's weird. It's going to be an adjustment.
I don't like the idea of people waiting on me. It's like I could do it myself. It's not...
Yes.
Perhaps we could talk to the king about what we do and do not need help with, because I think some extra help could be nice, but maybe 3 full-time staff members is...
Well, we
Yeah.
could talk to them about it too, because maybe
Yeah.
they need the job, and maybe we could be
Yeah.
nice and not give them a lot to do, and then they could still get paid for it, and that would be good.
That is true. They do
I love
see...
gaming the system. That's
Maybe
great.
they'll become our friends.
Yeah, just like 3 paid friends.
Yeah, not to try and be like snooty or anything. I'm really not. It's
Yeah.
been a very long time since I've lived that life, but
It seems like the chef is in charge for the most part. They both look to her for
yes.
approval when I ask them to leave. So we should talk to her tomorrow.
Whatever she was cooking smells amazing.
Mm-hmm. Can we have some now? Or
Yeah.
Yeah, was it like done? Did I like dismiss her halfway through cooking a meal?
You see on the counter fresh baked rolls.
Ooh.
buttery flaky crust? Or
Okay.
Buttery
I'm
flaky
passing
crust.
them out already.
I didn't eat it.
Everyone, here you go, here you go.
And they are exquisite.
inhale.
I'll hold up a roll. So I would like to make a toast.
Well, you're gonna have to get a toaster.
You want to make some toast?
I was trying to make a
Everybody-
joke.
Everybody pick up a roll.
Everybody pick up a
We've
roll,
been through a
please.
lot. We're being supportive.
We are supportive.
First of all, thank you, all of you. I don't want another moment to go by without saying that. I do owe all of you a huge debt of gratitude. Maybe not you, Danny, because I did bring you back to life. I feel like we're kind of even.
Oh my god.
And he says that joking. When I left Pineville, I was at a point where I was lost and afraid and scared. And over the past year, you have all shown me that a family is much more than the name that you carry with you. Words fail to describe how much I love each and everyone in this room. And you have all made me whole again, and I hope to be able to do the same for you. So, to the concerned citizens.
Here,
The
here.
citizens, here.
Good speech.
Once you got to the end of that speech, very respectfully,
Xander,
and very respectfully, and to not draw attention to himself, Xander kind of just stepped back and let you all toast together.
What?
He's not drawing
However,
attention to
bring-
himself at all. You barely
and-
notice
I know,
it. He's
but
gonna
I-
roll stealth
and-
check.
I'm gonna
Okay.
roll.
It's a 14.
And then I grab him by the shoulder and bring him in here.
And you all
Close
have
stealth.
a very nice roll together. The
These are
evening, it's
amazing.
it's becoming nightfall now. The night is yours. You realize that you have accomplished a pretty major thing. You might not have defeated the Beholder. You might not know the current status of the Beholder. But even if the Beholder is to live, the reason the sect was successful was because of Aramaeus. He was the leader. He was the face. A Beholder can't go around talking to people. Whereas that might be something that you need to deal with in some way or someday eventually, you feel very satisfied in having taken down the Sect of the Abyss with the death of Aramaeus and the remaining 2 Mind Flayers. And so it is a weird sensation of kind of being able to take a breath for the first time. There's still some things that are in the back of your mind, for sure. But the evening is yours, the night is yours. What do you get up to, if anything?
I know that a couple things we're going to have to do, at least a couple people we're going to have to talk to. Archivist Leo Drake, Aramaeus' son.
Brother, right? Little brother?
No, son.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably going to have to talk to him. I don't know how much he knew about what his dad was up to.
Or we
didn't sound
talk
like
to
much.
the king and let the king deliver the news as he sees fit.
Yeah. Just don't want to forget about him.
Right.
And then, looking at Emory, are you going to want to talk to Rowina about her mom?
Shit.
Thank you, note taker.
Lol.
It's so necessary.
We know 2 people and we killed their parents.
You are the D&D backstory.
Yeah.
This isn't
gosh.
helping my predicament.
Gonna be a party of adventurers looking to kill us.
Yeah, you've killed all of our moms and dads.
Yeah, because we also killed what's-her-face, dad. What's his face? The crime boss,
Yep.
Duke dude.
Mm-hmm.
His daughter. That's 3.
Sildor?
3 parents
Yep.
have been slain. Not to mention the countless other people who just had children. And the guard that Eric killed.
All right.
We're done.
Oliver killed him.
We're capping it.
It's an interesting idea.
I kind of,
Oh my God.
I don't know how you guys feel about this. And you could say no, or maybe I can figure it out or something, but I was supposed to go to Danrek like a while ago after Pakra, but I didn't, and I just kind of forgot. And I know that that's kind of far, but I've been feeling like I maybe need to go to Danrek, and you don't have to come with me. I can maybe like figure it out myself. I don't know, but
Anywhere by yourself.
I mean, we don't really have any business in Danrek except Rowina, but
Do we?
We need to go that direction-ish anyway, because my family's somewhere in the forest on the cliff, and then we have,
I want to see your family.
Other things to do. What?
For seeing your family? What's going on there?
My family's missing. Somewhere in the forest.
Sure that Linda would be happy to let us stay. She doesn't have a lot of room, but she does have a lot of land and covered garden areas.
it's so cool, you guys.
Stay.
Our journey is taking us that direction anyway. At some point, then yes, we should absolutely go to Danrek again if that's needed.
We could go to Savonia, to Danrek, to Pakra.
Sure.
It's either through Danrek or through Hillmam, and I'm guessing you don't want to go through Hillmam.
Not yet.
Okay.
So perhaps we try to see the king in the morning and update him on everything. as early as possible and see if there's anything we need to do before we leave.
What are we going? Oliver's mother needs time.
Absolutely.
She can stay here while we're...
Take a couple days?
Absolutely. We could,
Going to stay here? Does she want to go home? I mean, should we get her to
She
Pineville?
will want to go to Pineville, I'm sure.
I mean, looking at the roads on here, like, if we're going to Danrek, we could go south through Pineville and then cut across.
Yeah, I don't know how long.
That's where the roads are. I don't know how that's going to take, but yeah, that's an option. If the king isn't like, go do this thing immediately now.
I think we've done enough.
And we could set the last few.
He hasn't paid us.
Perhaps we could set a couple more.
That's not true.
Because how many
Yes,
slots?
Yes.
I also think that there's only so much that we can know and plan before we talk to the king.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm getting ahead of myself, yes.
There's a lot of stuff that we're going to have to deal with eventually, such as Violet now being a uber witch baddie.
Oh, Felix is gonna fucking lose his mind.
And if this is something that's a title or something, now that Raina's mom is gone, who's going to pick up that mantle? If it is, it'd be Raina herself. I don't know. Don't exactly know how that works.
Oliver will take out that like wooden thing that was like the dog cam and hand it to Danny. Not open it.
Oh, okay.
Closed. And hand it to Danny. I think you should maybe hold on to this.
Thanks.
I think perhaps tonight we cook a good meal and let ourselves be for a moment.
Couldn't agree more.
I'm happy to cook.
I'll help.
I'll go see what
you need. Yeah.
Gonna go wash some mind flare viscera off me.
There's some really good smelling soaps in there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sam.
I should go and find a place to stay for the night. So I will see you soon. I hope.
You're welcome to stay here. We don't have an extra bed, but
We're already short on beds.
You
But
can
you're
sit
welcome.
on it.
we have blankets and floor space.
Or you're welcome to do whatever. But the door is
Yes.
open. And also, I think you should see the king with us. So I mean,
Yes.
even if you go, come back.
At
here in
least
the
come
morning.
back in the morning.
Well, I suppose that couch in the study doesn't look uncomfortable.
I've fallen asleep in it before. It's not that bad.
If you don't mind.
Not at all.
Feel free.
All right. Well, wonderful. Sleep over with friends.
Ah.
It's been a while. And he goes into the kitchen to help Rowina if he can.
Play light as a feather, stiff as a board.
Yeah.
I'm really good at it.
To the trial in a house.
And
In our house.
for the
Middle of the street.
sake of brevity,
Ready?
we see that the concerned citizens have a lovely evening with one another. A meal is made. There's some really good fresh ingredients that have been provided by Sun, and you're able to
Keep Sun.
make a very hearty meal. And you catch up with one another and talk and laugh and are reminded of the first few nights traveling on the road after Danrek, and it brings you back to a slightly simpler time, but you feel confident and you feel successful, even in a minor way. And you spend the evening with one another. And unless there's something that somebody really wants to do tonight, you gain the benefits of a long rest. You wake up the next day. If you don't wake up before sunrise, you wake up to the staff already in the house. Sun is
wake up early.
Yeah, Probably get up and make sure that the kitchen is clean from the night before.
That's so funny. I also feel like Aeliana wants to, at some point, whether it's the night before or maybe early in the morning, like, go into their room and, like, clean it up. Like, I, like, go in and, because she's nervous.
It's incredibly clean already.
Okay, great. So she would, like, make sure that it's, like, not dirty, because I feel like she's, like, really nervous to meet Oliver's mom.
It's like one of the, like, honestly, they made the bed so well that, like, when Oliver put her to bed, he had to, like, pry the blankets out of, like, you know what I mean? How they do, like, the hotels. Anyway, as you are cleaning up the kitchen, Rowina, or whoever else is awake and in the morning, maybe having some coffee or tea or whatever you're doing, the door opens, and Reginald, Son, and Knox walk in. Son walks up to you, Rowina, who's cleaning the kitchen, as you're, like, pretty much finishing. And she says, "Oh, you don't have to do any of that. But I don't mind cleaning up."
No, I know, but we made quite a mess last night. I just didn't want to leave it all.
No, never mind. It's therapeutic for me, but thank you. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get breakfast started for everyone?
Sure. Yes, everybody should be up shortly.
Is anyone vegetarian or allergic to anything?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, Aeliana's allergic to blueberries, blackberries.
It was a nut, right? Or was it you?
I'm the nut guy.
You're the nut
I thought you were allergic to some berry.
Yeah, probably. I don't remember.
But
ew, this is
but
cute.
Oliver would remember.
Oliver would
remember, and yeah.
And she says, "Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'll get started on that."
Cashews, was it?
Yeah, cashews.
Yes.
Reginald comes forward, and he says,
"Raspberries."
Master Burroughs, is there anything that you need from me? If not, I can just go ahead and start cleaning up where I see it needs.
No, I'm good. I don't need anything. Thank you. And he'll like bow.
He just kind of like laughs and like gently like pats you on the shoulder. No need for such pleasantries. And he walks away and just like gets started on the cleaning. Knox is just standing in there at the door, and he says, "I can just stand outside if you need me, or yeah, I can go into I can patrol the perimeter, whatever you prefer."
You're the expert. I don't really know what to tell you to do.
All right.
If it's hot outside, feel free to come inside. I don't.
I'll be around. Just kind of. But you'll definitely see me. You don't have to worry that I'm not gonna. Not that I can hide anyway. You know what? I'll be.
Was there anything? Was there anybody that was around in the last couple weeks?
Yes.
Maybe it was like a black hat. Or...
Yes. As a matter of fact. I knew to be on the lookout for him. The king informed me of that. And I think, whoever this man was, that he was some kind of messenger or I had seen him around in the slums of Savonia before. It looked like he had been picked up and told to come here to the house.
I'll kind of describe that guy that was...
Yes, him. That was him.
Right,
yeah.
That fucking guy.
He was sent here to keep an eye on the place. He's in the dungeons now.
Oh, thank you.
Of course, yeah, it's my job.
That is probably something that we should tackle sooner than later.
Oliver, it is the next day. And
yeah, I would definitely cast sending.
Okay, so what do you do? Who do you
to my father first?
Okay.
No offense, Art. What do I say?
Yeah, what do you say? This is big.
Hey, Dad.
She good.
She good, we good.
Hey, Dad, she good, we good. See you soon.
He's like, what? Ooh.
I found her. I found Mom. She's safe. And with me in Savonia. How are things at home? We'll end it.
even though it's kind of in the mind, you do hear a sob in your father's voice. Thank Brarnan. Thank the gods. Thank you, Oliver. I knew you could do it. I'm so happy. Please be safe. We are fine here. Bring her home.
And then I guess I'll send a message to Art. I've decided Art's getting the message.
Okay. What do you say to Art?
How do I tell him to come to I think like in his head he's talking like you're talking to a dog. But like on the outside he's making the faces as if he was talking to the dog. So he looks like an insane person right now. Yeah, exactly. Art, who's a good boy? You're a good boy.
Well, that's all. Cannot.
Who's a good boy? You're a good boy. Okay, that's 9.
Oh my God.
Shit.
You can't not do it.
I'm gonna start with this spell. I'm gonna every word. So like any shits, any any I'm just gonna start. It'd be horrible.
That would be horrible.
You need to come home.
Bring all the other.
Bring all the animals. You can do this.
Is there more words?
There's like 2 more words, I think.
We love you. There's 2 more words.
Just love you.
Take away our way to love you.
Good boy.
Good boy.
Love you. Yeah.
Well, before I respond to that,
that's 1 word.
We jump back in time.
Don't do it.
Don't play out my sad boy.
What?
No.
I'm not doing anything wrong. As we cut back in time, Jay Heartstone's smile fades as a flash of white light fades and the concerned citizens are gone. She meets the gaze of Kavar, who growls and shoots a beam of sickly green energy towards her. She dives to the side and rolls out of the way. The beam of energy slams into the lead wall behind her. "Enough games, human!" Kavar shouts. "This is for Peter," Jay screams and runs forward, this time fully leaping over the hovering Kavar as she swings her sword and slices through one of the eye stalks as it falls to the ground. "No!" screams Kavar as another eye stalk trains its view on Jay and it fires a beam of black arcane energy that slams into her back. Jay Heartstone cries in pain, falling to her knees. Black necrotic energy spreads throughout her veins on her back as she writhes in pain. "You will be my pet," Kavar chuckles as another beam of gray shoots towards Jay. She puts up her hand instinctively as the beam races towards her. It makes contact, and she winces in pain as her hand begins to stiffen. The skin becomes gray and hardened and spreads down her arm.
No.
She panics as Kavar laughs, her rage filling her. Jay swiftly raises her sword and brings it down, severing her left hand from her body. She roars in pain and turns towards Kavar. With all her might, she hurls the massive greatsword at the beholder, who is struck and cries out in pain and frustration. Using this distraction, Jay sprints towards the exit of the room. She quickly turns and slams the huge vault door shut, spinning the handle. She takes in a deep breath, then another. She begins to hear the internal mechanism of the door turning. Kavar is using his telekinetic abilities to open the combination on the door. She doesn't have much time. Jay sprints away from the door and through the cave. Her body is in pain. Her life force is somewhat drained, but her rage allows her to push through. She runs and shouts through the frustrations from Kavar as they fade in the distance. She exits the cave and passes by her brother's body. She quickly dives forward, grabs the right leg and left arm, and rolls forward, bringing her brother's body up into a fireman's carry on her shoulder. She continues to run until she makes the tree line. There she spies Wendy, Tucker, Art, and the rest of the animal companions of the concerned citizens. Using her innate abilities to speak with animals, she reassures everyone of their respective parents' safety and painfully pulls herself up onto Wendy's back. She quickly leads the animals further into the forest and away from the mouth of Vaymar, beginning her long journey back towards Savonia. And so, Oliver, you get it's weird. You've never sent ascending to a creature before, and the response that you get is not in words, but in a flashing of images. You see Jay returning to the group through the eyes of Art, holding her dismembered hand. You see her. You feel the fear of Art be relieved as she speaks to them. You see Art traveling on the back of Anvil as Jay leads the horses throughout the forest. You see nightfall, and you see sun again. And as you see them continuing to travel, this must be the current day. And then the last thing you see is just a kind of an exaggerated smile on Art's face as he sends that to you, just being happy to hear your voice and being a little confused, but being excited to see you again soon.
Oliver will just, she's alive! Jay's alive!
What?
What? Jay's alive?
Jay made it out. Lost a hand, but it was holding it. It was made of stone.
Sorry, no,
Jay...
she was holding the stump. She wasn't holding
never
the
mind.
hand. Yeah.
Holding her hand.
Jay lost a hand. I have no idea what happened to him. But yeah, Jay's alive. She made it out. She's with Art and the rest of the animals.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
It's convenient.
Hero.
Improbable, one would say, but
Yeah, I mean, that's
Beautiful
truly
storytelling.
seems as if it was divine or destined.
Brandon be praised.
Agree. The gods
Never
are...
taking our dog with us ever again. He stays home.
He's gonna be fine.
Okay. Sorry.
now that you have
I
security,
didn't know we had a
maybe
staff with security and everything. I'm sorry.
I didn't know.
Would have been nice if the king told us.
Oh! We need to go talk to the king.
Oh, yes. Let's go do that now. Oh, wait, breakfast. They're making breakfast.
Do you talk to the staff like you wanted to, or do you wait to do that?
They're already here. We should.
I feel like maybe we could, invite them to, sit down with us for breakfast and, talk to them.
Okay, yeah, they join you. Sun makes a delicious breakfast of fluffy scrambled eggs, seasoned very well but lightly in a big bowl that can be passed around. Crispy, ever so slightly chewy, but mainly crispy bacon. Sausage patties that are soft on the inside but have that nice little crispy edge on the outside. Cinnamon sweet rolls. And fresh squeezed juice from a freshly planted orange tree in the backyard, and provides that dinner for everyone. It takes her about an hour to get all that done, but she does so, and you all sit down for breakfast. And they're not awkward about it. They just join you. They don't fight you on it. They join you at the table, and you're all having breakfast together. Reginald kind of speaks up, and he says, I know this could be somewhat strange, perhaps, that you didn't expect us. We appreciate you being so hospitable towards us. This is something that the king deemed useful and necessary to you. However, I'm not naive or unobservant. I can see that maybe our presence brings some unease to some of you. If this is not a proposition that you would wish to have, we can simply discuss that with the king, and the three of us can try to find work elsewhere.
Actually, of course, this is all up to you, but we were discussing, there are times when it would be nice to have a staff and to have help, and we do appreciate everything you've done and would like to keep you employed. So if you would be willing to stay on full time and just on an as needed basis, perhaps, just spend a little bit less time, that would be fine with us. We may have people stay here on and off, but we don't want you to lose your jobs.
The three of us are respected in our fields. I'm sure the king would not find any trouble assigning us anywhere. However, I do speak for the three of us when I say we are honored to work for the concerned citizens. From what we've heard of you and the king, and I always wanted to be an adventurer when I was a young lad, and Knox here, he feels the same way, and he kind of like Knox kind of like puts on a big smile, and he says, "So, if you're worried about, I don't know, I guess the best way to phrase it is we are proud of our careers, and proud of those we work for. So just let that not be any part of your decision-making process. But yes, if you would like us to just be around somewhat less, is that how everyone feels?" And he kind of like looks to the group.
Very uncomfortable.
We think it would be very good to have allies here, allies of the concerned citizens in our home when we are gone. And yes, we would like to keep you on, and I hope we don't bring any offense asking you to be around less. We honestly just...
Of course not. No.
Hope we can make your lives a little easier.
No, of course. No offense taken whatsoever. And if we just need to take it as we go, we can. You can let us know the night before what you would like us the next day. That's fine with us. The king pays us well. We are able to support our families and live comfortably. So we are fine with whatever makes you the most comfortable. And he kind of like looks over to Sun, who like gives him a nod, and then he kind of nods and says, "Yes, we are comfortable with that." So for the rest of the day, would you like us to return to our homes? Would you like us to help clean up and then return to our homes? Would you like us to remain here? We'll just kind of feel it out.
We'll be out for, I think, at least several hours. So
you know what? Will you head off, discuss with the king? We'll clean up here, and then we'll leave. And then if you need us, you can send the doves.
Thank you so much.
Thank doves.
Yes, there are a.
Awake? Is she at the breakfast table with us?
She is asleep still.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's gonna be. If you guys could stick around, if she wakes up, just let her know we went to go talk to the king. Give her whatever she wants.
Son and I will remain, of course, to make sure your mother is well taken care of.
And perhaps the security as
Yeah,
well.
the security. If you could maybe stick around as well.
You see that he was a little bummed when Reginald said that. He says,
Yeah,
"Of course, yeah. Don't you worry about that." And
So they're staying.
Yeah.
So stay.
And,
Just stay. We'll get over
Son,
this.
who is a woman of few words, speaks up and she says, "I am from the kingdom of Lindor. I am a healer, where I come from, and I know quite a few herbal medicines that would help ease in her recovery. If you would be willing to let me try.
I think Oliver would just, being like a medicine man himself, maybe just go over like the specifics of it, what she's going to do.
So she basically, she describes all kinds of stuff that does make sense to you. It's basically like, she talks about like a chamomile mix type mixture, but also where she's from, there's a lot of like spices involved, and a lot of like homeopathic, like clearing your sinuses almost type stuff to kind of, it's the way that they view it is like almost like a cleanse through these teas type of a thing, yeah, maybe not so much in that way, but
definitely need new sheets.
Yeah. But it just it kind of like keeps the person more like aware and like awake, and just soothes pain somewhat.
Yeah, that all sounds great. Thank you.
Wonderful, of course. And she stands up and she says, "Well, if I do say so myself, I nailed it." And she starts to clean up.
Excellent, thank you so much.
She kind of chuckles and nods. Reginald stands up and kind of mockingly, like overly bows to Oliver, and then chuckles.
Oliver will bow deeper. And he does.
As he's walking away, he's just laughing.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, they're gonna be our friends.
Knox like stands up and like about faces and like marches to the front door.
Takes his job very seriously.
Nice people.
They're great.
We don't know them. They seem nice. And they're paid to be here.
Really missed that
I can't with this.
wonderful sensitivity from Oliver.
All right.
All right. We cut to the castle here in Savonia. We cut to the king's study. You walk westward throughout the city, throughout this main district of Savonia, and you go through the normal rigmarole that you have to in order to get to the king's study.
I was thinking rigmarole, and when you said it, it blew my mind.
We are the same person. And we just kind of jump to that scene. We jump to all of you entering this study. And we jump right to that moment where the king stands up and sees you for the first time, and his eyes are wide. Here's the king, just to remind you. His eyes are wide as he sets his eyes upon you, and he says, "Well, I was told this was the case, but I thought..." How have you returned? Did something go wrong?
Yes and no. Mostly no, and no in that things went well.
Danny, it's good to see you.
Hey.
So you made it to the mouth? How did you make it so quickly?
Magic on the way back.
Yeah.
Oh.
It took us 2 weeks to get there.
Oh. Well, please, I first of all, Oliver, your mother.
She's alive and well. Well, she's alive.
Getting
well.
That is wonderful to hear.
Thank you.
Please, if you don't mind, I would love to hear about what happened.
Emory?
Don't tell the story, Emory?
You're the storyteller.
I tell the story.
Okay.
Perfect.
That's a good one.
Do you tell everything? Do you leave anything out?
Well, yeah, because I don't think that Emory really has a handle on, like, socially what would be, like, acceptable to leave out. Okay. So it's just, a complete, from the beginning to the end account of it. Every so often, I think that they would look to the charmed persons.
She said it.
The concerned citizens to like, if he feels like he's done this enough, like if he feels he might be going into territory that just for like reactions, but would just like, and maybe even to a point where like, that he doesn't need that kind of detail.
One thing that I kind of want to add, we had to, in the rush to get out of there, there were a couple of people that got left behind. I don't necessarily know if the mountain is still dangerous. It seemed that Kavar only showed up when he was summoned. So, possible. It's best just to have someone... I don't know, I don't like the idea of us just leaving them with nothing.
No, it's good of you to say. We can send a group. I'm so sorry that yet another person under my purview has betrayed you. I have failed as a king to see the snakes among me, and it's unfortunate to hear of Jay's betrayal. I am thankful, however. The Sabian dynasty is safer now because of you. And if you'll allow me, the dynasty as a whole will hear of the concerned citizens and your accomplishments in this matter.
Arameus' son needs to be told, obviously, about his father, but do we think that there's any sort of...
Young Leo Drake has not been found.
Oh!
Shit.
We are not sure
Like he went
where
missing,
he is.
or
Yes,
Oh.
we can't find him. His home seems to have been packed up hastily.
Can
That's
message
what we
him.
know.
Not right now, but we can. Well, yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, of course. Thank you all. I when I was going to the Tournament of Redemption a year ago, I was simply expecting to put on a show and watch a fun event and leave, and I did not know that I would be meeting heroes of the dynasty. He brings forth a guard. He says, of course, the house that is in Savonia will remain yours. I'm not sure if, well, I am sure that you've met the staff that I had assigned there.
Yes.
I hope that is all right. If not, please just let me know.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Reginald has worked with me for many years and asked specifically to be assigned to the concerned citizens. So I think that is...
That's odd.
God damn it.
I would like to think that Emory
No.
and Oliver kind of side-eyed each other.
That's weird, right?
Well, they did say that they specifically they have had dreams of being adventurers before, so maybe
I know,
it's just
When his
Zach
own
said
truth-
it, so you can't trust it.
I know.
And he says...
I'm at least going to write that down.
yeah.
He says, and this pales in comparison to what you've been able to do with us. I fear that our relationships with the Kavaxian Empire are not going to remain as pleasant as they are now, and so we need as many resources as we can have at our disposal, but we can spare this. And he puts forth a velvet sack in front of you with another 100 platinum pieces.
Oh my
Whoa!
God.
Oh!
For the crown.
We got to
Right.
get them out in our
And
party fund now.
With that, actually, I might want to go shopping for stuff.
Some diamonds. I think we do need some diamonds.
we have 150 platinum right now.
150 platinum. Oh, yeah, because there was
So
platinum on the
1,500
mind
gold.
players. Oh!
And Drake had platinum on him.
1,500 gold. Yeah.
And we already had about 300 gold, 321 gold.
Thank you, King. That is so generous.
It's literally the least I can do. I definitely would love to have a courtyard feast in your thanks. Perhaps tomorrow night?
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
In the meantime, please rest. Take some time off. You deserve it. Yes, Emory.
In all of that story, I just wanted to make sure we made it clear that like Jay redeemed herself and that she'll be coming back into the city. I just wanted to make sure she wouldn't get like any trouble if she
he
comes with all our horses and
you see that he is like understanding of Jay and like but
Still bummed that
he also doesn't promise that he's not going to do anything to Jay. He doesn't say anything. He's just like
that's fair.
I think it's fair.
Like the way he talks, he's like, well, I'm glad she'll be bringing your people home safe.
Yeah.
But he doesn't really mention anything about her. He's like, I'm glad she'll do that. That's great for her.
Yep.
Can't wait to see her.
Good for her.
Good for her.
Can't wait to put cuffs on her. Like, it's been like that.
Plot twist,
You only need one.
That's so funny.
That's all.
Yeah, and he basically releases you.
Is this like a black tie feast, or are we?
Oh no, please! It'll be open to some of the public.
I can't come up with everyone's outfits in a 24-hour span. It's too much work.
Fine. Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Zach, what's the date?
Today, as a matter of fact, I just did this today. Today is the 20th of Orisia, which means you are like 13 days from your 1 year anniversary of meeting.
Oh.
Whoa!
We'll have to have a party.
It is the 20th of Orisia. The next month is Garnia, which is you met on the 3rd of Garnia.
I remember.
Damn,
man.
Yeah, I want to go shopping because I haven't gotten any new stuff in a very long time.
Sure. So you all leave the king's castle. What are you looking for, Danny?
We found it when we very first got to Savonia, but it was too expensive at the time, but not anymore. Bracers of defense.
I thought you already had bracers of defense.
No.
You don't?
Nope. The only things I have are the goggles and then the wraps, which were my starting.
Yeah, bracers of defense are 500 gold.
Money, please.
Yeah, money, please. I only have 156 gold in my. If I pay for 100.
Yeah, so you need 400?
Yes.
While we're getting anything else, we can get a whole. We can,
Need
bulk
anything?
discounts. What do you sell diamonds too? The person that sells the bracers of defense?
Yeah, to make it easy.
Sure.
To make it easy.
I have 1 diamond. How many diamonds do you have?
All-purpose
They
store.
can offer you
Did
3.
get 2 more? Oh, 3 more. Perfect.
3 diamonds?
That's 900 gold. They're
Okay,
300. They're 300 gold a piece.
Oh god, let's get 2
Yeah.
more then. Maybe at least 1 more, maybe 2.
I don't need anything.
I can pitch
I
in.
don't either.
I have 300 gold. So
Well, first of all, does anybody have anything else that you want?
yeah, I don't.
I just need some parchment.
Okay.
A lot of parchment. More parchment, please.
Yeah, I can throw in some more parchment on this price.
I need to write a letter.
So
also.
with everything, so that would technically be 1,100. So I'll give it to you for 1,000 gold.
Okay, so we have 821 gold left.
I can pitch in 300 of my own gold. So add 300 back.
And I chipped in 100.
Or do we want to get all 3 and I can just pay for 1? We get 2 out of the party phone. So we'll have 4 total.
They don't have 4.
I have 1.
But he had
if
1
we buy
left.
3, we'll have 4 total.
They don't have 4. Yeah, I'm good with whatever. I don't need anything.
Yeah, we may as well.
Very low maintenance.
Okay, yeah, but take 600 out of the party fund for those, and then I'll buy 1 for 300.
Okay, so how much total did I just take out of the party fund?
1,000.
Just 1,000 total.
Yes.
Okay, 1,000. So now we have 821 gold. That was accurate.
Thank you.
So what's your, just out of curiosity, what's your AC with those bracers of defense?
21.
That's
nice.
it.
I know. I'm still not up to Oliver's level.
Okay. So, you guys are walking throughout the city, shopping, having a good time.
Custard. Can I have 1 gold for custard?
Yes, please.
Emory and everybody get some custard.
And now we have 820 gold.
Thank you.
1
for you.
I only have 9 gold on me right now.
I have 14 now.
I have 9.
I have
not
100
to my name, but 9 in my hand. It's not a lot. Oh, can I send a letter? Just curious. Can I send a letter off to the people that are making, or the woman that's making that thing that I spent all my money on?
As me?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you want to
just
send
send
her?
her a letter checking in on the progress. I think I'll be able to get it before we leave. So if she
For
can
sure,
reply
yeah.
back here, that'd be great.
Sorry, there's something.
I sent like all my money for that.
Yeah.
I never got it.
It's gonna be really cool though when it's done. And very useful.
Ah! What am I doing? It's alright. Pardon me.
No worries.
In it.
Excuse me, pardon me.
As you are all traveling throughout the city, I need perception checks.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm so
Fuck
good at that.
us. Oh, is
I
it
don't have my
sunny?
shield out.
At
So that's
It is sunny.
dirty 20.
16.
6.
12,
10.
and I don't like the scary
What is
wisdom.
that?
What's happening exactly?
That was not what I
I was
wanted,
in a
sorry.
car crash in the
There's
middle
some
of
elephants run over.
I know, there was like elephants in there.
But he drove by in a Ford Mustang.
Did anybody beat a 18?
Yes.
Danny.
I'm busy passing out the custards.
I get it. I get that.
I get it.
And it's sunny, so I have my...
Danny. I'm going to send... Well, actually, no, I'll just tell you.
Whoa.
As you are walking throughout the city, you swear at a distance, and I'll actually say this is kind of perfect. You hear at a distance bells ringing, large bells.
Does anyone hear that?
Did you want
Have I heard these
strawberry
before?
or did you want banana?
It sounds like similar to like a clock tower or something of that size, like some kind of like notification.
I think the banana has graham cracker crust on the bottom.
Shush, shush. Everyone shush. Which direction are they coming from?
They're coming from the far north.
Shit!
What?
More bells are starting to ring. Everyone hears it now.
What
is
is
it?
that?
Oh, okay.
Warning bells? Is it noon?
Would I know what this is having
Something's
lived here
up.
before?
Oh no.
Hide.
All of you
What?
hear
Dragon wings.
a loud
Oh no.
screaming roar
No.
come from the sky
Why?
as a familiar young red dragon
No, I
This
haven't read that.
asshole.
appears
This bitch.
over the city,
No.
and you see it in the distance release a plume of flame and fire that hits one of the parapets on the castle and
Whoa.
slams and it completely implodes, sending bricks and everything flying out into the city. Behind it, another figure.
What?
Flying from the north,
No.
flying high into the sky, it begins to come down. You see the sky itself falling, or at least that's what it looks like, as a huge adult blue dragon
Ooh.
flies down from the sky, and a beam of lightning hits the top castle of Savonia's castle, and it shatters, falling to the ground. You hear screams of people running around you. Terror is breaking out. Above you, there's a large tower. And as you are freaking out, not wondering what's happening, you hear a crash as something large slams right into the tower. You see, even larger than the young red one, an adult red dragon slam into the tower, release its maw, and release a plume of flame into the tower that shoots through the bottom and bursts out the front door of this tower, sending the door flying. The sun is blocked.
No, another one?
As you see the night sky erupt above you as an ancient black dragon with two huge horns flies right above you, slamming into some of the roofs, sending tiles and everything flying, but then just continuing to fly past the city as it roars. It releases a viscera of acid that slams into the ground, completely disintegrating those who are caught into it into bones and flesh in a puddle of what they formerly were. And then lastly, you hear a voice. People of the Savian Dynasty, we are the Chromatic Council, and your land is ours. This echoes throughout the entire city as arising above the castle, wingspan so large that it can be seen on either side of the castle from where you are standing. A huge, ancient green dragon lands and perches itself right on top of the Savonian castle. It releases a plume of dark, poisonous cloud that erupts into the courtyard of the Savonian castle. The dragon furls in its wings and roars so loud that even from this distance you can feel the vibration in your chest. You see that the dragon stays and stands on top of the Savonian castle. The young red dragon that you had met before, that you know as Ember, flies off to the west. The adult blue dragon that you've seen for the first time, it releases another beam of lightning as it flies off and heads pretty much directly south.
Oh no.
The adult red dragon that slammed right above you pushes off with its wings and also begins to head in a southern direction. You hear the green dragon speak again. Fly! Take over the dynasty! This land is ours! The black dragon flies in a southeastern direction as the green dragon roars again triumphantly. And that is where we are going to take a bio break.
Oh yeah.
Thank you all so much for staying with us so far. Stand up, stretch, get some water, but don't go anywhere because we will be right back.
Fuck.
What do you do?
We vibe with the dragon.
When you're not sure.
We should go home.
So
And take
4
care
of the
your mom
dragons
again.
have seemingly left the city in different directions and spread throughout the Savian dynasty. The largest of all of them and the most ancient, the green one, is currently perched on top of the castle and seems to be remaining there for the moment. What do you do as chaos erupts around you, screams, just pure terror? Yes, Aeliana.
Did Xander come with us?
Xander's with you, yes.
Beautiful. Excellent. I mean, do we fight it now? I don't know.
I don't.
We can't fight the big. No, there's no way. We can.
We won't get into.
Is it obvious that
we won't get
can't
into the
do
mechanics
this?
of it, but narratively, I will say that Danny has enough actual adventuring experience, and Emory has enough reading experience to let you know that that would be a mistake to go up against this green dragon right now.
If it was just Ember, I would say that we could probably maybe handle it.
Well, you could also probably mainly you could handle one of the other
of the adult ones.
Yeah,
one of the adults.
But there's two ancient dragons, the green and the black one, and the green one is the most old, and you do not want to fuck with.
Go home. Should we go home?
Well, I will make sure that immediately start ushering people inside to where it's safe. I think there were people on the street that you said that
everyone get inside. Everyone get inside.
Yeah.
And just start yelling that, yelling everyone get inside as you're running back to your house.
I'm Quicksilver in Age of Ultron in front of the train.
Amazing.
Getting them out of the way.
Danny's really sprinting ahead, helping people. You guys catch up. He sprints ahead. He helps people as you guys catch up. And you make your way back to the house. As you get to the house, you open the door and immediately are greeted by a huge broadsword from Nox, who immediately retracts and says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. With everything going on, is everyone all right?"
Yeah.
We are.
Are you all okay?
5 dragons.
A lot of them.
5 dragons.
5 dragons.
I saw 2 of them.
Each one was bigger than the last.
Your mother is fine. Reginald and Son are with her upstairs. Yes, Emory.
Would I know that is the entire...
Go ahead and roll a
Chromatic
history
Council?
check at
That's
advantage.
a good question.
Roll a history check
Good question.
at advantage.
Good question.
History check at advantage. Where's my other dice? At
We
advantage.
could go into the Gavaxian Empire while they're all here.
Oh. A 13.
A what?
13.
That's fine. You would know that there are 4 members of the Chromatic Council.
Oh.
It is led by Synex, the Emerald Death.
You have spelling on that?
Synex, Synex, the Emerald Death. She is an ancient green dragon.
Check.
Another dragon. Oh, sorry. Synex is a he. Synex is a he. The ancient black dragon is a female. Her name is Oxidia, the Eclipser. Oxidia, the Eclipser.
Eclipser, I hardly know her.
Nice.
Nice. Definitely nice.
Really nice.
Definitely nice.
There is then the adult red dragon, who is the child of Oxidia and Synex.
Whoa.
Her
Black
name.
and green do make red.
Her name is Blazaria the Proud. Blazaria the Proud. And then the last one is her brother, also the child of Oxidia and Synex, Voltaire the Bright. Voltaire the Bright.
That's the blue one?
That's the blue one. And you intuit that Ember is Ember the Young, and the daughter and the son of Blazaria, and relatively new, and so not in the
Blazaria and who?
You don't know? Probably her brother.
But the 4 of them are the conclave.
I was
and
gonna say,
Ember
I was
is
like,
a-
is this some...
but you know the 4 of them to be
bullshit?
conclave, so you've actually seen one more dragon than you thought, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well,
Yeah.
Do we
cool.
leave the city?
Why? Why would we?
I don't. There's dragons.
There's a dragon here!
Did you not?
I mean, they're going everywhere. They're going out in the south.
Ember,
and...
we were planning on going west, right? And that's where Ember, the easiest
We're gonna
one,
go east.
definitely kill.
I think we need to.
You were gonna go
Go
south.
west.
No. Eventually. Yeah.
South.
Yeah.
Oh, I
South.
guess that's true. East
East
towards
to-
Pineville and then loop around. Pineville's a little bit southeast.
Southeast is where the adult black one went.
Yeah.
Ancient black
We
one,
need to talk
excuse
to
me.
the king. I think the king probably has more
We
information.
can't get in
We
there.
can't-
He's
yeah.
the
There's
dragon
a
is on
knock.
the castle.
There's a
Message
knock on
him?
your door.
Who is it?
Oh,
Come and knock on my door.
It's me. It's a name you recognize, but roll an intelligence check.
All of us.
Yeah, all of you.
Oh,
15.
I got a dirty 20.
Anybody above a 15 would recognize this as the voice of Edomir, one of the two Crimson Knights,
oh right.
who are the sole protectors of the king.
Oh boy.
Yeah, no one to protect now.
Open the door. Yeah.
He comes in. He takes off his hood. Is everyone all right?
Yes, is the king all right?
Yes. Yes, he is.
Oh.
Ooh.
Sinex is currently holding him captive, negotiating with him is what he calls it.
Whoa.
He's already taken over the castle. Some members of the Kovaxian Empire are here as well. They came from underground in the sewers.
Shit.
They have completely taken over the castle. But we were able to get the king to safety for a while. We had to fight off a number of and you see he's just kind of shaken up of the Kovaxian Empire. But we were able to get this information, and he hands you a hastily written note in Elvish. And for those of us who can read Elvish, which I think is
I can.
a good chunk of you,
Nice.
Everybody but Danny.
you see that there is the names of all 5 of these dragons, and then an arrow, and then a location. Next to Ember the Young's name, it's Hilnam.
No.
Next to Voltaire the Bright's name, it's Harveston.
Shit.
Next to Blazaria the Proud's name, it's Dariok. Next to Oxidia the Eclipser's name, it's Ronhar.
No.
And next to Sinex's name, it's Savonia.
Yep.
Can you please
Yeah, of
say
course.
that?
I'll say it all again. Yep.
Thank you.
Next to Ember the Young's name is Hilnam.
Hmm.
Next to Voltaire the Bright's name is Harveston. That's the blue dragon. Next to the adult red dragon, Blazaria the Proud, next to her name is Dariok. Next to Oxidia the Eclipser, the ancient black dragon, is Ronhar. And next to Sinex the Emerald Death, the ancient green dragon, is Savonia.
My guts.
The king wanted me to, first of all, make sure that you were all okay. He wanted me to make sure that I said these next few words very carefully. The king can ask no more of you. But do with this information what you will. He is going to try and maintain these negotiations for as long as he can to save these people. Because we think that Sinex is basically holding each of these cities hostages where she sent the other dragons. He sent the other dragons. And as long as we keep negotiations fair, nothing will happen. So we can't move armies across this land. But if a powerful group of people, some concerned citizens, wanted to help, they could use the heirlooms of the Savian dynasty. The king has told me of 5 Sabian heirlooms. And he pulls out another piece of paper. And on this piece of paper, you see the names and last known or supposed location of 5 items that are called the Sabian heirlooms. One is the Cloak of the Ravens. It is last known to be seen on a warrior, Sabian's great-great-grandfather, or Reinald's great-great-grandfather, Woldriar Sabian, who was last known to enter the Misty Grove and never leave again. The Misty Grove is the forest down by the Cloak of Ravens, or down by the city of Woldriar, and that is where the Cloak of Ravens is said to be. There is also an item called the Staff of Obsidian. This is said to have been stolen by a sorceress of the Kavaxian Empire named Rowina.
Stolen from the Kavaxian Empire?
Stolen by the Kavaxian Empire.
By
a sorceress named Rowina.
I know Rowina.
There is an item called the Wand of Sunset that is last known to be under the ownership of one Lila Sabian, who started a family in the city of Hilnon. There is an item called the Hammer of Dawn.
Hammer, you say?
That is said to be embedded within the Banished Isles, which are just outside of Woldriar.
We would have known when we were already there.
And the last item is called the Cloak of Storms,
Whoa.
who is said to be worn by a captain of an old sea vessel known as the Kraken's Gambit. Last known location, Danrek. Do I need to repeat any of this?
No, I have it all written down. So
Okay.
I have it all written down.
Okay.
People don't have it. I can put it.
And if you don't, we can get it to you later.
I'll put it in the shared.
So he gives you all that information, and he says, if you're able to find these heirlooms of the king's family, hopefully they can help you. But he asks nothing of you, and thanks you for what you've done, and just wants to make sure you're all right. If you do want to help, or even if you don't, he's offered 2 more things. 1, guaranteed safe. A small group, it'll have to be a small group, will travel north out of Savonia to meet with Jay and the animals to make sure that they arrive somewhere safely of your choosing. He is also simply offered, for a small squadron of soldiers to escort your mother to Pineville, should you wish. The rub of the situation is I have to return now. So I need to know if there's any information I need to give to him. If not, I will be on my way, and I will wish you the best of luck.
Think, and I'll look at everybody else as I say this. We will do it, and we will head toward Danrek first.
Oh.
No?
If I'm just looking at things, for me, Hilnam is closer. There's an item there, and it's our easiest target out of the dragons.
Wow. Funny how that worked out.
Here's my... What we need to tell him now, though, is not where
Zach
we're going. What we need to do is... Oliver, do you feel comfortable with other people taking her home?
I mean, no, but what choice do I have?
We could
go.
there first.
Yes, I mean,
No.
Ourselves.
No, we can't.
Why?
Okay.
Why can't we?
Look, there's a group of other people that can deliver Oliver's mom safely. There's not another group that can do what we can.
I mean, you say Hilnam's the easiest, but there's a dragon and a red knight. Or the whatever the fuck your uncle made.
And the Avarna construct, which is
That
all very true.
horrifying thing. No. Well, here's my other question. Probably not for now, because we need to answer things quickly, but we kill one dragon, he knows we're against him, and it's all done. So, right? Once one dragon goes down, the whole thing is over. Is it not?
Guess we'd have to do it to find out.
What's the alternative?
Dragons are a proud species. Admitting that the Savian dynasty killed one of their dragons would humiliate them. So if you did kill them, they would have to be willing to admit that you were working on behalf of the king in order to then break the negotiations and attack the city.
Okay. Okay, so... I guess the
However,
next question...
I will just say, that doesn't mean that one of the dragons cannot go accompany one of the others, or something like that. But I don't. You don't rule. I think even the Chromatic Council is smart enough to realize that you do not rule a land of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
They need the populace of this dynasty, at the very minimum, to work for them and slave for them.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to be readily wanting to kill masses amount of people.
The other question is, where is our home base now? If it's not here, where do we send the animals and Jay?
In that place that we're going. Where they can meet us. I think.
We can't do everything out of this house.
If
It's a nice place, but
come, I think that we need a plan in case she does not want to do that. Where the animals...
Where to have her bring...
Yes.
Well, if she doesn't,
Yes.
the people that the king will send will make sure
right.
that they will,
Yes.
whether or not she is with them.
It could be to us, because we would want those horses.
Well, we can get new horses.
Not get another dog, though.
No,
So where do we
of course
send
not.
her?
Right,
Do we
yeah.
send him to your parents? Would they watch him for us?
Yeah, of course. I don't know. I mean, it does make more sense to go to Hilnam than to go to Danrek.
Yeah.
It's just that sucks.
It's just that sucks.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
And that's what I have to say about that.
I know that
have we been
Sorry.
to Hilnam?
You've not? No.
I have.
Then why start
yeah.
now?
Good question, Emory.
It's a very nice place. It was.
Danrek sucks.
Edamir says,
Hey.
I do apologize. I must
It's my home.
leave. Are you going to utilize any of either the animals or your mother?
Well, it's up to you.
No, I mean, it's where we're going, so it's not.
We are not going to Pineville.
Yeah.
Because there is
so-
not a dragon there. So
which is good.
It's very
It's good news. There's no dragon in Pineville. Yes, tell them we need an escort to Pineville, and I think send them to Hillnam.
Right.
Or no, send the dog. Where do you want to send the horses and the dog?
The horses to Hillnam, the dogs to Pineville, assuming we can maybe ask your mom if that's all right.
I'm sure she will.
Then
send
the dogs to Pineville so they can be with their grandparents.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel
If we could get
Do you feel comfortable with your mother waiting in this city until your dog returns?
Oh no, she'll
Separately.
move on to Pineville. And then the dog. Will
Yes,
be able
that
to
should be able to be done. We might not be able to offer more than one person traveling with Art.
That's fine.
Well, Jay might be able.
Of course.
I don't know what Jay wants to do.
One person's fine.
Right. Well, I am going to inform the king. The squad that is heading north will just start to do that and send them towards Hillnam. The squad with your mother will be here within, I would say, 4 or 5 hours.
Great. Thank you.
Right. Thank you all. He puts a hand on your shoulder, Oliver. God's speed to all of you. And then he puts on his hood and heads out. Xander says, listen, I know that I'm not a concerned citizen.
Yes, you are.
But if any of this leads to you all heading to Ronhar, then I would love to join you.
Maybe, eventually, probably, but I don't know.
But I would love to be of your assistance until then as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Please.
As far as I'm concerned, you're always welcome to accompany us.
I've always wanted to kick some dragon ass.
Same.
And we can get, because there is something at the Banished Isles, potentially we could get you connected again. And the Misty Grove, we can get you connected again with your brother when we go there.
That would be wonderful. I am going to see if there's any place that I can get some rations and some things for our journey. So I'll handle that. I will be back soon. Are we leaving tonight?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. I'll be back soon.
I
Would
think
you
that
like
feast
me?
is canceled for tomorrow. Assuming.
Oh, bummer.
Would you like me to try and procure horses for us, or are we going to travel on foot?
If you can get horses, yeah.
I'll try my best. And Xander.
How many horses at some point?
Xander
We're
looks
gonna have double horses.
Anvil 2, welcome to the team.
Xander nods, and he heads out looking for. Basically, he's just going to get the general supplies for your trip. So rations.
Be careful.
If he can, he'll get horses. I'll be on the lookout. And he heads out.
Well, shit, gang.
Change of plans, I guess.
Big one.
Probably go tell my mom.
I also should probably go see my parents.
Yes.
Perhaps we make sure everybody's back at the house in an hour.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving. I'm just going upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah, I would just start packing and helping Emory pack.
Emory, where's your head at? What? I can't hear you.
I just wanted to go to Darioc.
We will.
And Danny said it was bad.
Oh.
I mean,
It's my home. It's great.
For sure.
You were abused there for many years.
But I was not abused there for many more years.
Actually, not true. You were abused
That's
for
not
more than
true.
you were abused for more than you were not abused.
Hey, it's the
Oh,
latter
no.
half. That
You were having a miserable time until the last month that you lived there.
No, I was pretty good with the Ravens.
Yeah, no, you did. Yeah, for sure.
Um,
And
I think-
and you miss Alistair.
I miss
Oh,
Alistair, and I miss
Alistair.
Felix, and I miss
Felix.
TK, and I miss Rowina, and I miss Nessa.
I was about to say, is there someone you're missing from that group? So yeah, well, as everybody else, so Danny, says goodbye to everyone, starts backflipping throughout the streets of Savonia to get to his parents' house.
I'm like doing
I would do it. So
I'm doing the pink wire act just across the city.
Yeah,
just flinging myself from
get
one
down.
end. Yeah.
Get down, Pink. That's a reference. Oliver heads upstairs to talk to
he would ask Aeliana to come with him.
Aeliana,
Okay.
do you say no?
If you want.
I don't say no.
Could you imagine? I'm good, actually. All right, so the two of you head upstairs to talk to Oliver's mom, Rowina, and Emory.
Oh.
I feel like we would just be like quietly packing, like existing in the same space, but not talking.
Is that how you feel, Emory?
Yeah, I think that it's obviously very clear that Emory is stressed. But yeah, would just not make any like first move to talk about anything or even ask like the most arbitrary questions of like, do you think we'll need this or blah blah blah. Like he's probably not even doing a great job at packing.
Yeah.
I feel like
he's got one shoe and like not the accompanying shoe.
A lot of parchment
Pairs of
though.
pants
A lot
and
of
one
parchment.
shirt.
Yeah. I feel like Emery's like throwing everything on the bed and Rowena's
Yep.
sitting on the bed and folding it nicely.
Yeah. I love that.
Incredible.
All right, Oliver and Aeliana, you enter in your room. You see that you are. If you knock, you are.
I do knock.
The door opens and you see, hand on the hilt of a rapier, Reginald open the door, and he says, "Oh, Master Burroughs, welcome." And he steps.
That's Oliver. Please never call me Master Burroughs again.
Oh, of course, yeah. You can call me Reggie.
That'd be great.
All right,
Thank
wonderful.
you, Reggie.
Oh, of course. Can I call you Ollie?
You can.
I do. Danny calls Oliver Ollie.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
All right. Your mother's fine. And then he kind of steps to the side. Your mom is sitting up in the bed. And her and son are sitting there together, kind of just talking. And she turns and she looks at you. My boy. And she stands up and very weakly stands up and walks over to you and gives you... No, let me stand up. And she, make sure she stands up. She gives you a hug, and then she kind of sits back down. And she says, "Are there really dragons out there?"
5 of them, of varying colors and sizes. Yes.
Maybe I liked the sect better.
I don't think.
Okay. So too soon?
Yeah.
And she looks over to you, Aeliana, and she says, "You must be Aeliana."
I'm still standing awkwardly in the doorway, like not sure if I should come in, not sure if I should not. It's so nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you. Hi. She kind of like looks to Oliver, looks to you, looks to Son, who apparently has kind of like filled her in on some things.
Oh, I was like, wait, how did you know I am?
Son, thank you. Could we have the room, please?
They both bow, and Reggie like makes a joke of like really bowing in front of you, and then he just kind of like gives you a little like shoulder. He's immediately adapting to what you need. Like he's like an incredible empath, and is like immediately
Really
like
good.
adapting to the type of person that you need him to be, which is like
Ready?
just a bro, and he like kind of like punches you in the shoulder and then leaves.
Fascinating,
Son, when he does that, Son like kind of pushes pushes him out the door, it's just the 3 of you, and she says, "All right, I can see something's on your mind, so just talk to me."
Well, I was hoping that we could spend some time together, but it doesn't look like fate will allow that to happen. And neither will these dragons.
I'm sorry.
There will be some guards from the Savian dynasty that will arrive shortly, and they will take you to Pineville.
Is your father all right?
He's the mayor of Pineville. And I don't say that. That's not a euphemism or anything.
He hates it.
He hates it. Yes. But he's the mayor.
You're not joking?
No,
it's real.
Yeah, I can't.
He would never do that.
Oh.
It was under duress, kinda. The old mayor, I can't remember what happened to him. I think he died.
What? Mayor Hawthorne died?
There was a demon and...
He was, a demon was a hold of Pineville.
We fixed it.
It's all good now. Dad's mayor. He's pretty good at it.
What have you been up to, Oliver?
Oh, boy, Mom. A lot. Too much to talk about.
You see her kind of like tense up. Oliver.
Hey.
Oliver, I need you to roll a D100 for me.
What?
Oh god, her wild magic spazzing.
Oh no! I have a D100. I'll also get it. Oh. I'm so nervous. I just dropped the dice. Calm down, Eric. It's just dice. 87.
87?
Yeah.
Okay. You see her kind of like, and she reaches out and she touches you, and you start to like float in the air as she casts fly on you.
Whoa.
Oh, I'm sorry. And she kind of like grabs you, but like, and you once you like, it takes you a second, but I think I fly. I don't think you have
no
that cast on you. So yeah, but
I
you
fly
like,
probably as good as Matt's horse.
Yeah. So like you're just kind of like
turning over. Hey.
Oh, push away.
Thank you.
Oh, God.
Whoa, what the fuck was that? Sorry, Mom.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I think, hold on. Oh no, it's concentration. So she drops the concentration of it, and you, like she waits till you're like landing on your feet, and she kind of sighs, and that like seems like that's taken a bit out of her. And she says, I'm so sorry I never told you about that, Oliver.
I don't know why you didn't, but
It was to protect you.
I can understand in Pineville why you didn't.
It was also kind of selfish. I had found a way to repress that side of me for so long that it helped not to speak of it. It helped me to forget about it.
I get it.
Aeliana, can I have
Yes.
a moment alone with my son, please?
Yes. Oh, please. Yes.
And she grabs your hand as you're walking away. And she says, thank you for looking after my boy.
Anytime.
She smiles and lets you go. And she kind of pats the bed next to her, Oliver.
On 200 pounds of armor. No, I'll step out of the armor.
Whoa, what is that?
Dad made it. We don't have to get into all the details, but there's a lot to catch you up on.
You are about to catch me up on everything. Right now. But, before that... What happened, Oliver? I think that I don't need to know, but I think you need to tell me.
I was walking in the town square, and I saw a tent, and in this tent was a green tiefling man who I apparently made a deal with for this. I'll hold up the sphere. And apparently that deal involved losing you, which I wasn't aware of when I made the deal.
I'm sure you weren't.
But you're the reason, or I'm the reason why you left.
And you see that, probably heartbreakingly so, there is a softness to your mother here. There's definitely 100% love here. But a little bit heartbreakingly, you do see her tense up a little bit. And you do see that news harm her in a way. And she said,
not a moment has gone by since it's happened that I haven't hated myself for doing it.
It was a big mistake, Oliver. But we've all made big mistakes. And oftentimes, those big mistakes lead to pain for those that we love. I made a mistake once that led to the death of someone that I love.
What?
I used to have a sister. She was amazing in every way. My magic killed her. And ever since then I pushed it away, I repressed it. I didn't mean to. And I have forgiven myself after decades. It was a big mistake. But it led to you. The best thing I've ever done. So I can't regret it. And you see her like look at the door where Aeliana just left.
Yeah, it was this led to her, which is the greatest thing that's ever happened.
You see, she doesn't cry, but a tear does fall. She wipes it away. I'm not mad at you. I forgive you. I love you. And she hugs you. And kisses you on the cheek, kisses you on the forehead, grabs the side of your face. Now, from the beginning, we don't have much time.
First of all, I can't lie. It's another thing with this orb. Can't do it. Haven't been able to do it for a year and a half now.
I have so many questions, she says. She starts going into, like, when you were 13, and you... and the two of you begin to have a conversation where you kind of catch her up on everything. And although it is not what you imagined, for a moment, you are back with your mother, and you are able to be with her and laugh with her and make her laugh, which is one of your favorite things to do. And you tell her about whatever you want to tell her about, and whatever you leave out is your choice.
I think I'm trying to think if there's anything that he wouldn't tell her. He probably wouldn't tell her about the werebore and killing that innocent guard.
Yeah, probably not.
But other than that, I think he tells her everything. He does get Aeliana. It's like she's probably. I guarantee you, she's just standing outside that door.
Okay, yeah, for sure. She comes in. You immediately just feel incredibly welcomed by Elaine, Aeliana, and you see this man that you love. You see him in such joy that you haven't seen him in before. And it's great. And you also see so much of him in her. You met his dad, and so you saw... It's almost... I would argue, and I'll let Eric say anything contradictory, but I would argue that Oliver is very surface level his father. And has a lot of similarities to his dad on the surface. But then once you really get to know Oliver and his goofy side and his nonsensical side and his caring side and his protective side, and funnily enough, even his anger and his passion, that comes from his mother. And would you agree with that, Eric?
I would agree with that, and he's very definitely much like a mama's boy, so maybe he reverts back to like almost being like a kid.
For sure.
As to where when he was interacting with his dad, he was trying to show his dad that he's like a fucking adult, but it's the complete opposite with his mom.
Love that. And you guys have a great conversation.
She's an accountant.
Good for you.
Just like you. You were an accountant.
Yeah, no, yeah. That's what I was going to say. I was literally about to say, I could never. I love numbers. Numbers are great. They just make sense, you know? And actually, I kind of love that because obviously I didn't even really plan for this, but I think it does make a lot of sense that her repressing that wild magic kind of drove her to something that was concrete and a formula and, very consistent. And so I think you notice that similarity as well. Yeah. You know, they do say that, sometimes men try to end up marrying their mothers.
You know what they say.
That was complete accident too.
That classic thing.
You've never heard that? I've heard that.
Yeah.
Men marry their mothers and women marry their fathers. It's a cliche, but I've definitely heard it a couple of times. But you guys have that conversation. It's lovely. It's wonderful. And in the meantime, finishing backflip number 2,533, you... No, that's not happening, okay? I don't want any fan art of Danny flipping through the streets of Savona.
I do, so don't send it to Zach, send it to
just like a GIF, just like it's a loop. It's just over and over and over and over again. That's how his hair is curly. It's not even. It's just it's that.
He air dries it, literally.
Yeah. But you make your way to the Stratus home. Do you just head on in?
I would actually, because one of the last times that we visited here, it was being watched by a serial killer.
It was.
So I think that Danny has been back to the house in the intervening months. I don't think he really talked to his parents. I think it was like he would just check up on them, make sure they were doing okay. Occasionally
maybe you'd see Nimbus.
I was gonna say at night I would probably hop into the backyard and just like say hi to Nimbus for a bit. That was probably it. But going in through like a sort of side street area and like probably going to like the side entrance of the house and knocking on the door there, just making sure that.
For sure. Your father opens the door. Danny! Oh, thank God. He pulls you in for a big hug.
Are you okay? Is Mama good?
Yeah.
Is Mom good? What's going on?
Yeah, and as you come inside, you see your mother, Ingrid, there as well. And she says, Danrek, and she comes over and she lifts you up in a big hug. And she says, what's going on out there?
5 dragons from the Gavaxian Empire just attacked. One of them is holding the king hostage. And the other 4 flew off, and I'm gonna go stop them with concerned citizens.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah, that's the long and short of it.
Feels like when I came out.
You see that they both kind of look at each other. There's a shared sigh. And your mom looks back to you. All right, what do you need?
You guys to be safe.
Thanks. We're okay. We'll probably stay here.
Okay. Yeah, if that's what you think is best.
We can take care of ourselves, and there are people here who could use us. If this city is going to go into chaos, it needs people to help keep it in order. She sighs, reaches out and grabs your hands. Are you sure?
About any of this?
Yeah.
I'm sure I need to be with them. And yeah, I'm sure it's the right thing to do.
You look good.
Thanks.
Have you been eating?
Yeah, sure. It's been... I
Are you
only
hungry
just
now?
joined... No.
Okay.
I only just joined back with them recently. It was kind of a...
Really? I thought all of you have been off doing things.
I took some time alone.
You've always needed that, ever since you were a little baby boy.
It just got a bit...
You would cry and cry and cry, and we would do everything. You weren't hungry. You didn't need your diaper changed. We couldn't figure it out, and one day we just said, "Well, let him cry. Maybe he just needs to cry." And within moments of us leaving the room, you were silent. I think you just had enough of us. And they both kind of laugh. And James says, "Understandable." And he says, "You do look good, son. I'm proud of you."
Oh, yeah, I wasn't... when I was here with them last time, I wasn't doing great.
We know. We're your parents. You hear as Nimbus comes running in the room.
My baby.
He just immediately comes up to you, lets him pet you a couple times, and then immediate flop for belly rubs. Yeah. He jumps up in your arm.
Yes.
Literally, his whole body is bigger than Danny's torso, but Danny still just holding him as he's just paws flopping.
Everyone else is good. Did you know about the green one and Ellie?
We figured they had dinner with us before they left south.
Okay.
And we knew that they were leaving together. So, also we know Rowina's name.
I mean, your parents. I just kind of...
Danny, I'm also an author and an intellectual.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I don't have dementia.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I guess that's a thing. Rowina and Emory are twins.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. Have you heard from your sister?
No, of course not.
Yeah, same. Maybe it's for the best that she's not here anyway, with all this happening. I'll be right back.
Can I ask a really stupid surface level question that I just need to kind of get out of my system?
It'd be weird if I said no.
Okay. I'm assuming you said you were perceptive people. You knew about how I felt about Oliver, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay now.
We didn't want to talk about it because you seemed to already be in a bad place, and that seemed to not be something that we should bring up.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's fine?
I'm only 10% lying. Yes.
That's lower than normal. That's good.
It's mostly fine.
You see her get a little choked up. I'm glad that you're doing better. Now you stay right here. I have something to give you before you leave. And she goes upstairs.
Okay.
Your father, sitting there, he takes off his glasses. You know, your mother is able to maintain good spirits better than anyone I've ever met. As you know, I've always been a little bit more of a realist. It's funny. Your mother is this intellectual, passion-driven person, very cheery, and yet I'm the one out there with the plants and the green thumb, and I have a little bit more of a cynical view on the world. Danny, you're just so great. I'm sorry. You became so good. And you were so impressive that it was second nature. And I think a part of where everything went south was we forgot to remind you of how great we thought you were. We never stopped thinking that. Ever. And I'm sorry. Genuinely.
It's okay. I'm alive. Oh, shit. So I died a little bit.
Don't
for like a
mother.
second.
Don't tell your mother that. Do not.
For like a second.
Okay, yeah, just don't. That's fine. I'm glad you're here. I don't really want to think about it past that. Just don't tell your mother, okay?
Cool. Got it.
Oh, God.
Just for a little. I mean, it was.
Please stop talking about it.
Little dead.
Never let it happen again. How about that? Just say yes.
Yeah.
Cool. He just kind of nods and then pulls you in for a strong hug, which is, par for the course. And then your mother comes back down, and she gives you a medallion that you've seen before on rare occasions. It's one of hers that has the symbol of the Paramount on it. And she gives it to you, and she says, just please use this and let it keep you safe. Okay?
You got it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm assuming time is of the essence. So get out there and don't die. Your father, goes purple.
Yeah, all I gotta do is kill a few dragons. Easy.
Don't really want to think about the logistics, she says. And she says, is there anything that we can do for you and your friends while we're here?
Honestly, the only thing I can think of is just keep safe.
We will. And
if you need to, I'll give them the address of where the house is. Just be like, if you need anything, this is our safe house. We were given security by the king and everything. So if
that's good
I don't know, worst comes to worst, I'd say go there. It's further into the city, but I don't know.
All right. Well, good luck. She hugs you, tries not to cry. Are you off?
Yep.
Okay. Just so you know, that necklace is an amulet of health.
Oh!
Which means your constitution score while wearing it, you do have to attune to it, but your constitution score while wearing it becomes
one
19.
slot left.
Becomes a 19.
Ooh. I got one of those left, so I will do that.
So, that's going to give you a few more hitty points.
I needed them.
And you head on back through the streets of Savonia to the concerned citizen's home. In the meantime, Rowina and Emory, have you been doing anything other than packing, or do you just kind of keep packing?
Yes.
Yes, Emory, what do you do?
I think at some point I would have gotten tired of not talking to Rowina, and would have gone up into my room and kind of shut myself in, and finally written a letter to Nessa.
Okay.
Can any of these doves send them, or are the doves just specifically to
The doves are specifically to the servants.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to, if possible, just in the, hubbub of us getting ready. They said we have an hour.
Yeah. That's what
and
you
we're
guys
gonna be back.
On.
I would try. Could I make it to the letter sending establishment and back by then?
If you were to go to the bank, where they send letters.
I didn't know if there was like a separate here because it's a bigger city.
No, it's all banks. Banks do
the
it.
Bank.
You would see that there was quite a long line of people trying to send stuff out. But if you're willing to wait on that and be a little late, you totally can be. But you would be a little late.
But then they wouldn't. Then they'd ask questions.
It's up to you.
No, this is important. I will wait, but I will
stealth back in, and they'll think you were just.
Can I try to sweet talk anybody to let me go in front of them?
Oh, of course, yeah. Roll a persuasion check. DC.
Bank operating during these hours is pretty crazy.
DC 18. No, DC 16.
Okay. And you said persuasion.
Mm-hmm. Or deception, whichever route you choose to go.
Or deception?
Yeah, whichever route.
Oh, a deception is +5, so 19.
19. What lie do you tell somebody to make them believe that it is of the most importance that you cut in front of them?
I'm so sorry to bother you. Is it possible that I could get ahead of you a little bit? My pregnant wife is alone in Danrek, and the dragon was heading right there. You saw it. And I need to get word to her that I'm going to try to get there as fast as I can and not to worry, but I know she's due any moment now.
Of course, this birthday letter can wait. Please, get in front of me.
And I think that, I would, with a 19, would a couple people let me go ahead of them?
Oh, for sure. You just keep going down the line.
Yeah, because I think that I would just,
and then people are tapping the person in front of them saying, please, you need to let this man
I want to try to, be like, please, I'm so sorry, thank you so much. Just making, a big, huge show of it.
You come up to the main desk. Yes, how can I help you?
My pregnant wife is alone in Danrek, and this needs to get to her post-haste.
Danrek, okay, yes. Hawk service?
Yes, thank you. Yes, next day.
What
hopefully.
Name?
Nessa Granger.
Nessa Granger. Your name?
Emory Granger.
Emory Granger.
Because we're married.
So she will get this letter from Emory Granger in a day. Just need a gold.
Here, have 2. Thank you for your kindness.
Gasps behind you.
Everyone clapped.
Yeah, the plane landed. And you pay for the letter, and I
run the hell out of
there. You run the hell back, getting home in plenty of time.
Mm-hmm. I feel a little guilty, but it's okay.
Go ahead and roll, whoever wants to, a D4 for me. You're looking for evens. Who's doing it?
One of us?
Everyone is?
Kelsey. Nope. I saw Kelsey's hand first. Sorry. She's the one that matters.
I thought it was...
No, you're good. You're good. Oh, you're totally good. 2, I said you wanted evens. Xander returns not only with rations, but with the promise of horses once you leave.
Yes!
So he is able to provide horses. Meaning, if you are wanting to go to Hilna, on horseback, it will take you
20 minutes.
Roughly. Let's see here.
Give or take.
Just head down 90.
Make a day trip out of it. It's easy.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on just a second.
I'm sorry, I don't think it's gonna be short.
The Midwest 20 minutes. Everything's 20 minutes away in the Midwest.
Yeah.
That's true, actually, in the suburbs.
Yeah, in the suburbs, again.
It is going to take you 12 days to get to Hillknob.
Ow!
Is that going through Riverbend?
Huh?
Is that going through Riverbend?
That is not going through Riverbend. It would take you longer to go through Riverbend. That's
Okay, yeah, no,
that's
we don't want
going on the main road, and then you're going to have to just
And then
travel like
cut
roughly
across.
through the Panes. Yeah.
Alright, that's fine.
We can do it.
All right. I guess. Well, Oliver would. I would like to stay until they come pick up my mom.
Obviously,
Of
yes.
course.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. Everybody, this is my mom.
Hello,
Hi.
everyone.
Hey.
Oliver
Heard
has
so much
told
about
me-
you.
Oliver's told me a lot about all of you.
People who saved your life.
Thank you all for. I was getting there. Thank you all for
Hey, Oliver.
saving my life.
Oh my god. You don't have to.
Oh, thanks.
No, I
Nick.
do. I
Yeah.
do. That was immeasurably horrible. So thank you for watching after my boy.
He watched off. I mean, I died, and your son brought me back.
What?
So, yeah.
Yeah. Ronan
He's
has
awesome.
blessed me with many gifts.
She like puts a hand on your cheek.
From day one, he never stopped. He only ever thought about finding you.
Well, you did. And I'm alive. And I'm so skinny, and I can't wait to get fat again. And you see, she's probably lost like 15 pounds. Like, but for her,
So.
at her size, it was quite a bit. And she says, thank you all, and please continue to watch over him in return. And each other. And she kind of like looks at all of you, and you see her almost like kind of like she's reminiscing for a second. And there's a knock on the door. Knox opens the door. Knox answers the knock. And past the door, over the like open doorway, you see Sinex currently kind of like curled around the castle. His huge head has like pushed and broken through a wall and is like in the castle. And you also see that along the parapets of King Reinald's castle are a bunch of lit purple lights. And you see from a distance dark-clad figures standing next to them. Assuming
Purple
that
lights
is...
do look cool. But...
and there is a small squadron of 6 soldiers that are here. And Edomir is here. And he says, the king has thought fit that I lead this expedition.
Oh.
You see Oliver like breathe a sigh of relief. Like, that makes me feel much better. Thank you. That they are within your command.
My brother will keep the king as safe as he can, but there's not much either of us can do against a dragon. So I think that this is a good use of my time.
How long will it take you to get to Pineville?
It'll take probably roughly, if we're traveling as discreetly as we can, close to 20 days.
Ooh. Oof. Okay. Right. It's a long time.
Oh wait, actually no, sorry. I was thinking of he says about 10 days.
I was like, 20 days feels a little.
10 days.
much.
Okay, that's much better.
No, that's I was thinking of Ronhar. Because it took you
Okay.
20 days to get from Ronhar
Yes,
to
that's
Skomer.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Pineville's about 10 days out.
Cool.
I will check in with you
Of course.
when I can.
My mind is open. I don't
I'll check in with my mom. I
Okay,
should've said
of course. That makes a lot more sense.
I gotta ask my mom.
My
Yeah.
mind is.
that. Let me ask my mom first if we can have a play date.
My mom says I can't play with
Um,
you. I haven't done my homework.
He says, we have a carriage waiting outside whenever you're ready. And he
Everything feels
waits
scary.
outside.
Thank you. I'll just walk over to my mom. There's a red. I can't say there's a red carpet because there's not a red carpet. They're waiting for you with a carriage. Edamir's you're safe. You're safe with it.
All right. You see that she's really holding back tears, and some of them are coming out.
I wish we had more time.
Me as well.
And we'll bring her in.
Yeah.
For probably like the longest hug.
Oh yeah, for
we've
sure.
seen.
She cries in your shoulder. And she says, please be as careful as possible.
I will be careful. Yes. Well, I will do my best to be careful.
I don't like this.
Yep.
Children are supposed to be able to lie to their mothers.
Yeah, it'd be a lot easier. When you see Dad, tell him this armor was instrumental in saving you. So he did just as much as anybody else.
I will.
And if you could find the secret to the pancake recipe. I've been trying to crack it for 6 months and I just can't.
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon. Cinnamon. I'm just like an alien. I'm like cinnamon.
I know. That should have been on top of the list. I don't know.
Thank you.
She says, we will have dinner as a family under the same roof again. I believe it in my heart.
Hopefully soon.
All right. Now go do it.
He'll bring her in again and be like,
They are
bye.
so similar.
Do it.
And she gets in the carriage. Edamir gives you one solemn but firm nod, and he heads out. The carriage races
Oliver
down.
will watch the carriage until he can't see it anymore.
Yeah. The carriage is traveling with Edamir and another person. There's supposedly probably 2 guards in the carriage, and then 2 are following on horseback.
As they're leaving, I'll just from behind Oliver. She'll be all right.
I hope so.
Xander comes up in between you two, puts a hand on either of your shoulders. All right, so we should head out.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And Reginald comes up to all of you, and he says, "Hello. What would you like us to do while you're gone?"
Could you go stand over there for a second, Reginald?
Oh, he goes and he walks away.
Do we trust Reginald? I don't know.
Do we have anything that he can mess up?
I guess I don't have anything here. Does anybody else have anything here that they
the
wouldn't
odds
want?
that the
I'm taking all my papers.
Right.
Okay. It's weird that he asked to be assigned to us. I find that odd.
Just ask them to watch the house. Something simple.
I mean, the dragon could break the house just as easily, probably more so.
Well,
Our
Reginald
and
could.
everybody's coming too.
Certainly.
I did tell my parents that this could be a possible safe house if something happened with theirs. I don't.
We would have. I would have. We didn't tell your mom that we were sending the dog, though. So now that I think about it, they don't know that. I mean, can we say that we had told her in the?
Oh, of course.
I think it'll
Yeah,
be fine.
Of course.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think it'll be
Because I
fine.
was
Keep
like,
forgetting
even
about your
Arthur
dog.
isn't going to be
My
here.
mom is definitely allergic to dogs.
Oh boy.
Don't say that. That's not true.
No, I can't. I
You
didn't. I
would
didn't
have
say
said
that.
that.
All right. Yeah. I guess.
I think it's fine, and
Okay.
if it's not, I will take full blame for being wrong. Then
Deal.
Oh, I got everything bad now.
damn it!
Just kidding.
Please.
Reginald's just like waiting off to the side.
Hey, Reggie.
Oh, Ollie. Hello.
Oh.
Yeah. Watch the house. I don't know. Hang out.
All right. He like bends in half.
I try to bend as much as I can.
Sorry, I'm just a bit more dexterous than you.
Yeah. I think I pulled something.
Oh my god.
And so the staff will agree to watch after the place. you all step outside, and all of you can see what I described for Oliver earlier. The dragon. It's weird. It's so large and currently stationary that it looks like a structure as it curls around the castle, and its skull, which is its skull alone from this distance is taller than a single floor of the castle. And its head is shoved into the castle, supposedly talking to someone, surrounded by Kavaxian soldiers. You head to the eastern gate. When you get there, or as you're getting close, Xander says, "Alright, so we're going to have to climb over the wall."
What?
Kavaxian soldiers are at the gate. The horses
Sure.
are waiting for us outside of the wall.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
I assumed you're on them already.
I kind of...
Okay.
Danny, I think we're going to need you for this.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm checking to see if I can finally run up walls.
I don't think you can run up walls yet, but
I don't think
Air
it's that, yeah.
Genasi, you can cast Levitate on yourself. Can't
That's
you?
true, I can. That is true, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get close to the gate, and you see that at the gate, you see that there are 6 soldiers immediately within visibility of the Kavaxian Empire. They all have dark, almost looks like chitin armor. And with them, mounted on 2 large panthers, are 2 more soldiers. Basically, just imagine a giant panther. It's like a horse-sized panther.
Horse Panther, great band name.
And then talking to them and kind of striding back and forth, you see a female drow kind of moving back and forth, and it takes you aback for a second as you realize that from the waist down, she has the abdomen of a giant spider with legs that kind of curl out and move back and forth as you see this kind of like female centaur spider woman moving back and forth and commanding the soldiers. So you see that from a distance, but you're at a section of the wall right now. And Xander kind of looks at you, Danny, and hands you an end of rope. Do you think you can help us out here?
Oh, of course. Easy.
And how does it look as you cast Levitate on yourself and kind of force yourself up the currently 60-foot tall wall?
I think my cloud helmet comes back on, put my hood up, and then I say something in primordial, and it just kind of seems like the air rushes towards me a bit, and I just kind of start to Studio Ghibli-ish when they just kind of get a little flutter, and then just kind of use the wall as purchase to get up.
It is different from a.
It's not flying. It's just.
You see that. Yeah, it's different from flying. You see that he kind of. He just begins to float and is kind of like using his hands to like guide him up the wall. But he gets to the top of the wall. You easily are. I mean, they can't have guards going across the entire thing, so you easily find a parapet that you can secure the rope to. Everybody else, I'm gonna need either acrobatics or athletic checks. You get these at advantage with Danny helping you, and it's a low DC, DC 5. So DC 5 athletics or acrobatics checks. And I'll roll for Xander. He succeeds.
21.
What did you get, Oliver?
1.
At advantage?
Oh.
Yeah.
We get advantage.
You do have advantage because Danny's helping you.
12.
Okay. So did anybody get below a 5 at advantage? Okay, good. So everybody gets up on the wall.
Just leaving them behind, I guess.
Everybody gets up on the wall, and now a DC 5 acrobatics or athletics check to lower yourself down on the other side.
How tall is the wall?
The wall is 60 feet up.
At advantage or?
At advantage, because I think with levitate, Danny will probably just stay up there and then come back down after.
Could I potentially cast Featherfall on all of us to prevent that?
If you want to, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so so you kind of have to like be midair. So like, how do you convince everybody to like what do you do? Because you're gonna have to like cast it like as soon as everybody jumps. So like, what do you do in this moment?
I think I'm kind of like levitating slightly off the castle wall, and as I'm levitating, like I'm slowly starting to sink already, and I'm just like hold out both my hands. Everyone trust me?
Yeah.
All right, literal leap of faith, everybody.
Oh gosh, okay.
And everybody, and because you can cast it on up to 5 people, so you'll stay levitating, and you'll cast Featherfall on all of them plus Xander.
Yeah.
So everybody jumps, and what does it look like, Danny, as you cast this Featherfall on them?
I think it kind of the air that kind of surrounds me, and there's always kind of like a breeze around Danny at any given time. I think
he's
just
followed by the same people that follow Beyonce.
Oh my god.
Yes, they win fans. Just extending that, like they also for this as they're descending, like the same amount of like natural movement that's always kind of around Danny becomes a part of them as they safely lower to the ground.
I got a net 20. Can I just look cool doing it?
Of course.
Extra cool?
Yeah, of course. Aeliana just kind of like
my skirt's kind of like fluttering a little.
Yeah, you're very Mary Poppins-esque as you come down. Everybody else is like Oliver like lands on his hands and kind of has to like roll into it.
I slowly land on my head.
I want to do backflips just like Danny.
Yeah. Xander does a superhero landing, but it's very slow. So he just like lowers himself to a 3-point landing.
Somebody flip me.
Just someone flips you, but they flip you too much, and you're just like, no.
I just fucking like
to the orbit.
like I'm in space. I just fucking fly away.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's so funny.
Roll him.
I would love mechanically to see what would happen if you cast Gust on a bunch of people who had Featherfall on them. Like, I would love to see what happened if you did that. Anyway. So you all land. I need stealth checks from everybody.
Woo!
To get away from this wall without drawing any attention to yourselves.
30-20.
Nice.
Not at advantage.
This is not going to be an advantage unless you have something for it.
Mine's at disadvantage. I roll a 20 and an 18.
Damn.
What? You rolled better than I do, and I have a plus 11.
So 19 total.
19.
Got a 15.
30-20.
15, dirty 20, Aeliana. 15, okay. Everybody got above a 10, so you are able to get away from this wall, and the Kovaxian soldiers at the gate do not notice you. You meet up with a kind of shady-looking character that has 6 horses waiting for you, and Xander gives him a gold, and the man just like puts his hood up, nods, pleasure doing business with you, and walks back towards the city. And you all have 6 horses, and you are heading towards Hilnam, having defeated the Sect of the Abyss, knowing that you have a big adventure ahead of you. A lot of stuff to find, a lot of dragons to defeat. The concerned citizens are now on the map, and it's time for them to prove themselves. So that is where we will end this week's session. And thank you all so much for joining us. Very excited to jump into Arc 2 here.
Let's just put Truth or Trial for 25 minutes.
Well, we ride our horses.
Thank you to my players, the best players a GM can ask for. I say it every time, but I mean it every time. Come back right here at 12 p.m. Central next week to see what happens next. As always, everybody say bye.
Bye.